just as a player, you can play all 3 forward positions. So there's coverage there if you lose another player. He does kill penalties. The silver lining in adversity, when Rodriguez goes down, Boquist comes in, plays with Barkov, score a goal, play an incredibly strong game for us. So he goes back in with Barkov now. That's just normal for these guys. You can't replace Sam Reinhart. We don't need to, because you can't win on one guy anyway. So we need to be able to deal with these things.
Now moving into this one here tonight, you guys have experienced being down 2-0, and now you experience being up 2-0. Do you notice any difference in the way your team goes about its business? I'm going to guess that they look the same, and I'd say a product of that's probably the experience.
I think so. We're up 2-0 on Tampa, and we didn't like our third game. So that's on the whiteboard in our minds that we have to deal with it. You get down 2-0, you come home, which is, sometimes normal. We lost the first 2 games on the road. You have that immediate intensity. But even with that, I thought we were a little bit tight in that first period. There's a lot on that line. You get down 3, you got a problem. So we want to have learned. We want to have learned the looseness can't be part of our game, the casualness that I think we came in. We were late, is the way I described it in the Tampa series, and then we were tight. So we don't have a reason to be tight here, but we certainly don't want to be late.
And the last thing, it seemed early in Game 2, you guys, with the forechecking it, that's a product of the first goal. Right. You guys were able to force Carolina into some questionable puck decisions probably early, and that led to you guys getting the early lead. Do you look for more of the same of what worked in Game 2?
Yeah, I mean, that's the idea, and that actually happens for both teams, right? They get some forechecking pressure on us. We had some pucks that from the video, you'd like to think you can get out, but you can't. So the turnovers, the changes of possession happen to both teams. So if you can make the most of it, and then if you can understand your structure, if you turn the puck over in the offensive zone and your structure's still right, you don't get the extreme. I don't have 5 guys behind the net when you turn a puck over, then you can survive it. So this game is a change of possessions. They are a hard gap team, as we are, which means there's going to be more changes of possession. So you need to be aggressive on those, but you also need to be in structure. So there has to be some patience in your game. We were better in Game 2 than Game 1 in that concept, and we'll need it here tonight.
Panthers head coach Paul Maurice right there. A pregame conversation presented as always by Celsius Essential Energy. Celsius is the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. I have an Arctic Vibe Celsius right now. I haven't finished it, but it's right here. That's the Celsius of the night for me. Hope if you've had one today, you've enjoyed it too. So great to hear from Paul Maurice. On the other side, we will hear from the head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes, Rod Brindamore. Some post-game reaction coming off Thursday's loss. So we'll find out what he thought about their last outing and look ahead to this one. The view from the opposing side of things coming up on the other side. Also the lineups and the scratches as we get set for tonight's contest. Eastern Conference Finals, Game 3. It's the Panthers, a 2-0 series lead, looking to make it 3-0 tonight. This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Celsius has been dropping new flavors, and one of the latest is Cosmic Vibe. It's a vibrant and juicy fruit punch that I'm going to go ahead and say is out of this world. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius Energy Drinks.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape services can help you achieve your goals. Or call 844-235-7778 to set up your free consultation. That's 844-235-7778 or brightview.com.
Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-etched, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine.
Cannonball!
There's a problem if you drink and drive a boat. It never just affects you. Boating under the influence is illegal and dangerous. Save lives by staying sober. Learn more about Florida's boating laws at myfwc.com. Brought to you by the FWC Division of Law Enforcement.
Hey, Panthers Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
South Florida, remember eating a blue raspberry treat and showing off your blue tongue? Astro Vibe is that tasting experience, just without the blue tongue. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius Energy Drinks.
Welcome back to Panthers Preview on the Florida Panthers Radio Network. Presented by Baptist Health.
Welcome back inside Amerant Bank Arena here in Sunrise, getting you ready for Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final. Doug Plagens with you, Kevin Rogers back in our network studios. Billy Lindsay on assignment with NHL Network. He'll be back with us for Game 4 on Monday evening. Let's get to your scratches presented by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers. Tonight's medical doctors are Dr. Uribe, Dr. Yagnik, Dr. Ross. Presented by Baptist Health, orthopedic care. Out for the Panthers in this one, you can scratch Jacob Megna, Nico Sturm, Mackie Samoskevich, Uvis Balinskis. Sam Reinhart, day-to-day with a lower body injury. Remember, he left Game 2, and he is out this evening. Jesper Boquist draws back into the Panthers lineup in his place. On the other side, for Carolina, you can scratch Jalen Chatfield, Sean Walker, Tyson Jost, Ty Smith, Juha Yashka, Riley Stillman, Jack Roslovic out. Jesperi Kokaniemi comes back in for Carolina. Your scratches presented by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers. The pregame scouting report presented by Gulfstream Park Racing. How are the Canes approaching this one? Experience the thrills of Gulfstream Park with year-round thoroughbred racing. Go to GulfstreamPark.com. Well, the Panthers won 5-0 in Game 2. After the game, here's what the head coach of the Canes, Rod Brindamore, had to say about his team's game in Game 2.
You know, obviously, we got to just figure out how to win a period. I think we came out with the right intentions, but it was trying to do too much, and then we're not doing the things that we do as a team that normally just helps us. I didn't know what I was watching in the first period, and that didn't go well. So, you know, I always said the other day, the margin here is tight. Like, we're not going to beat this team if we're not on the same page. And tonight, for whatever the reason, I think, like I said, the intentions were good. Everyone's trying to, okay, I'm going to do this, but it's not how we do it. And it just backfired, and that's exactly how that game went.
Rod Brindamore there wasn't happy about how his team started Game 2, so I'd imagine the Canes are emphasizing a better start here this evening. Panthers have had great starts in each of the last 2 games. Panthers-Canes Game 3, that is your pregame scouting report. Seeing how the Canes are approaching this one, presented by Gulfstream Park Racing. Experience the thrills at Gulfstream Park with year-round thoroughbred racing. Go to GulfstreamPark.com. Folks, we're going to step aside. We'll come back. We'll have the starting lineups and the drop of the puck next from Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
This has been Panthers Preview. Face-off for tonight's game is just minutes away.
You're listening to the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Have you heard about El Car Wash, the official car wash of the Florida Panthers? For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good. Drive clean.
The excitement continues in Hallandale Beach with live racing action Thursday through Sunday at Gulfstream Park. Plan a day after races in 10 Palms Restaurant with premium dining and elevated track views, or take in the races trackside from the Carousel Club with a craft cocktail. For stake schedules, reservations, and more, head to GulfstreamPark.com.
The fastest game on ice. Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91. IS HD2 Boca Raton. It's game time.
That's the power play. Block off the chuck in front. Bouncing puck. Jammed it. They score! A power play goal! Carter Verhaeghe on the backhand. And the Panthers take the lead.
The defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers are on.
A dream 30 years in the making is a reality. The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup.
This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Sponsored by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers. And by SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers.
Now, let's get right to the action.
And I hold the welcome inside Amerant Bank Arena here in Sunrise. It's Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final. The Florida Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes here tonight. As we get set to get this one rolling, Doug Plagens here with you. Kevin Rogers is back in our network studios. Robert Griepers, our on-site engineer. Trevor Harris back at studio control. Your SeatGeek starting lineups presented by SeatGeek. Your ticket to great Panthers seats. For the Panthers, coached by Paul Maurice, the starting forward line will feature Sam Bennett between Matthew Tkachuk and Carter Verhaeghe. Seth Jones defensively alongside Nico Mikla. The goaltender is Sergei Bobrovsky. For Carolina, coached by Rod Brindamore, the starting forward line will be Sebastian Aho between Seth Jarvis and Taylor Hall. Jacob Slavin defensively alongside Brent Burns. The goaltender for Carolina is Pyotr Kochetkov. The referees tonight, Francis Sharon and Wes McCauley. The linesmen are Trent Knorr and Scott Cherry. The Panthers in red, right to left. The Carolina Hurricanes in white, left to right. Bennett stands in against Aho, and we are underway. Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final from Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. Puck played down to our right, inside the Panthers zone. Nico Mikla around the back of the net, up the far side, looks to clear, ultimately will get one out to center, and Aho rips it right back along down to our right. On the end board, Sergei Bobrovsky there to play it. Gives to the far corner. Sam Bennett up the boards, has a man, that's Tkachuk, back to Bennett. Panthers bring it out quickly. Here's Bennett across center. Left side, in go the Panthers. Seth Jones, near circle out front, a shot, and that one is going to go just wide. Bennett back out front, a try, and it's kicked away by Kochetkov. Big save with the left pad from the Carolina goaltender, and the Canes work it out to the neutral zone. Kochetkov tested early. Bennett back in. Verhaeghe lobs one down wide. Brad Marchand in after it. Pass to the point, picked off, and the Canes get a clear rink wide. Logan Stankoven up the right side, a shot right into the chest protector. Bobrovsky, it trickles away, and Aaron Ekblad to the rescue. Punched it up the boards. It's held in out at the far point. Pinned down here in the near corner. It was worked down low by Carolina's Alexander Nikishin, who is back into Carolina's lineup this evening. His first action in the series. Gus Forsling dumps one down to our left. Rims around the end boards. Far side picked up. Dmitry Orlov gets it out. Back in the neutral zone. Kulikov, rink wide. Lundell. He drives it down, and we've got ourselves a stoppage in play, and it looks like an offside call. 1:21 into the action. No score. It's the Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes here tonight. Your goaltending matchup, Sergei Bobrovsky for the Panthers once again. His 15th game of this postseason. He's 10-4 with a 2.13 goals against average and a .910 save percentage. Pyotr Kochetkov, his 4th game of these playoffs. He's 1-0, 2.57 goals against, .891 save percentage. Kochetkov played the third period of the Canes' Game 2 5-0 loss to the Panthers. Kochetkov, though, did play 47 games for Carolina during the regular season. Frederick Anderson, the number 1 goaltender, he missed a good bit of time. Kochetkov is a good young goaltender that Carolina has pretty high hopes for. Puck played out to center, and Jacob Slavin chips it back into Panthers territory. Kulikov on for Jesper Boquist. It bounces off for Nate Schmidt. He had his pocket pick, recovers, and he's able to punch it off to the corner. Couldn't get a clear into that far corner. Jesperi Kokaniemi around for Andrei Svechnikov here in the near corner for Carolina. Worked out to the line for Slavin, just hopped away, and the puck goes out to the neutral zone. It's played back rink wide. Slavin to Kochetkov, right circle. Jackson Blake hands it back. A shot and a save made by Bobrovsky on Kokaniemi. Jonah Gadjevich gets things moving to Evan Rodriguez on the right side. The puck played down into the Carolina zone. Rims around, and here on the near boards, a battle for a loose puck. Nico Mikkola pinching in, holds it down low. Trying to drop it off for Gadjevich. Gets it to him. Back for Mikkola near side. He rattles one that takes a bounce cross ice. Seth Jones is there covering the right point. Across for Mikkola. Long shot kicked away by the right leg of Kochetkov. Behind the net, A.J. Greer for the Panthers. Plays it to the near corner, stolen back by Brent Burns for Carolina, and he will lob one out to the neutral zone. Rolling puck back inside the Panthers line. Seth Jones is there. He strolls back behind the net. Jones in the trapezoid, controlling the puck for the Panthers, taking his time back there as the Panthers will get a change in progress. 17:15 left in the first period. We are scoreless early on. Long outlet feed from Gus Forsling goes all the way down to our left, and that's going to take a roll to the side of the net where Kochetkov is there to hang on to it. 17:08 left in the first period. No score. Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes here tonight. So it certainly is worth noting Kochetkov getting his first start in this series. He was the Canes' second-round pick, 36th overall back in 2019. This is his 10th career playoff game. He has a 2-4 career mark in the playoffs. He has played 116 regular season games, and he's 65, 36, and 12 with a 2.47 goals against average. So he has been a good goaltender for Carolina these last couple of years. Frederick Anderson had lights-out numbers coming into the series, and the Panthers put a dent in that to the point that Rod Brindamore made a change in net. Here on the near side, Logan Stankoven. He'll dump it down to our right, down into the Panthers zone. Jordan Stahl around the end boards, far side, played down low by Nikishin. Stahl behind the net. He's tied up by Kulikov. Puck taken by Nate Schmidt. Backhand ahead for Eetu Luostarinen. Luostarinen drifts along, flips one high into the Carolina zone. Nikishin back for it, and he will swing one out to the neutral zone. This one dumped in by Jordan Martinook. Puck rims around the end boards, far side of the ice. It's Brad Marchand to settle it down. Didn't clear. A shot from Jordan Martinook and a right leg save made by Sergei Bobrovsky. The puck then clubbed all the way down by Gus Forsling, and that is going to bring up an icing call against the Panthers. 16:27 left first period. No score. Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes, and you figure the Panthers are going to get a good bit of desperation from Carolina here in this one. Nobody wants to fall down 3-0. Anton Lundell will take the face-off here against Sebastian Aho back inside the Panthers zone to the right of Sergei Bobrovsky. Now Lundell and Aho lean in. High up off the draw, loose puck scooped up by Lundell, and he will chip one off the glass far side of the ice. Got it out to the neutral zone. Panthers get a change. Ekblad into the offensive end. There, Ekblad right side. He'll wind one around. This one comes around to the near half boards. Picked up there by Matthew Tkachuk. Down behind the net, Sam Bennett. Here to the near boards for Gus Forsling. A shot into traffic, and that took down Orlov out in front of the net. Tkachuk there. Bennett makes a move. Backhand shot. A right pad save made by Kochetkov. Verhaeghe around the end boards. Far side, Tkachuk to the line. Ekblad. Now he wasn't able to feed it back for Tkachuk. It was poked out of the zone by Jarvis. Seth Jarvis up that far side. He'll dump one in. Down behind the Panthers net, Sergei Bobrovsky to Gus Forsling. Forsling a pass to Ekblad. Has some room to go. Rink wide feed. Verhaeghe into the offensive end. Tried to feather it for Bennett. Knocked out of the air and cleared by Burns. And that goes down to our right into the Panthers zone for an icing call against the Carolina Hurricanes. So a face-off upcoming down inside Carolina territory. Men need to be smart about their health. Join Alonzo Mourning and a select group of health experts at the Miami Heat Men's Health Summit June 14th and learn how to take charge of your health. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/Zotime. Face-off near circle down to our left inside the Carolina zone. Barkov between Boquist and Rodriguez. Jesper Boquist back into the Panthers lineup here with Reinhardt out. Near side, Mikkola carries it to the corner, then down behind the net, around to the far circle. A sharp angle trying to save Kochetkov. The rebound sat there for a moment. Barkov with it. Off to the right corner, a pass to the far point, and it was poked out of the zone by Seth Jones as it was the Carolina forward Taylor Hall who nudged it out to neutral ice. Jones dumps it back in. Around the end boards then. Near side, it's Boquist to the corner. Evan Rodriguez out along the near side for Barkov, and then he poked it back down low. Burns cuts it off rink wide to Svechnikov, and he will push it out to the center circle. Barkov retrieves it for the Panthers there. Gives back to Nate Schmidt. He'll hand it off for Jones. 14:50 to go here in this scoreless first period. Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final. Seth Jones for Nate Schmidt. Pass out of the zone, deflected off a Carolina stick. Marchand up to the offensive line, had it poked away by Will Carrier, and he'll hand it back inside the Carolina zone. Up the near boards, this one's nudged along by Scott Morrow down to our right. Here in the near corner, it's Nate Schmidt. Tried to hand it up the near side, went off a man. Second try, Anton Lundell. He will get it out. Shane Gostisbehere back for Carolina. He'll have it inside Canes territory. Pressure from Luo Starinen. Feed to center, picked off, and it's Kulikov to Lundell, and the puck played back down to the far corner of the Carolina end on a backhand. Quickly sent around. Carolina looks to work it out of their own end. Jankowski will play it across for Morrow. Morrow up the board, stopped in his tracks by Ekblad. Puck came free, and then a couple of Canes get their wires crossed there. It's sent rink wide by Jankowski. Couldn't feed Martinook. It's whacked back along by Forsling. Stopped up the Canes line. They try and counter. Jordan Martinook dodged a check. Dished, and the puck played off to the far boards. A long shot from Stankoven. Deflects wide to the corner. It's Martinook. Out to the line. Carolina with control. Nikishin to Orlov. Back across Nikishin left point. Orlov straight on. One-timer blocked by A.J. Greer. And the puck goes to the near corner off the deflection. Hit A.J. Greer in the skate. Now here in the near circle, Jordan stole a low shot. A save made by Bobrovsky. He'll cover. 13:28 left in the first period of Game 3. Panthers and the Canes scoreless here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. Step aside, come back for more opening period action next. This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Florida Panthers. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team. Kids, take the next step in becoming the ultimate Florida Panthers fan by joining the Panthers Kids Club. Members of the Kids Clubs can join for free and receive exclusive benefits, including free entries into monthly raffles, special offers, and customized content to stay informed on all things Panthers. Upgraded memberships, which include a Panthers merchandise pack and other additional benefits, can also be purchased. Visit floridapanthers.com/Kids Club for more information on all things Kids Club and to sign up.
13:28 to go, first period, no score. Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes. Remember to feed your fandom with the new Panthers sub, only at Publix, the official supermarket of the Panthers. Hot honey chicken, bacon, pickles, your choice of cheese. That's the Panthers sub at Publix. Face off near circle down to our right. It'll be Sam Bennett leaning against Sebastian Aho. And we've got that defense pair on the ice of Orlov and Nikishin for Carolina. We'll talk a little bit about Nikishin here in a moment when we get an opportunity. Nico Mikkel off the Panthers face-off win looks to clear. And ultimately, Carter Verhaeghe does get it out to center. Orlov whips it back along down to our right into Panthers territory. 13:15 to go in a scoreless first here in Game 3. Puck work deep into the Carolina zone. Bennett along the end boards. Backhand out front. Tkachuk backhand shot. Verhaeghe whacking away. It's loose. And it's just wide. Tkachuk out of Bennett. And he couldn't get much on the shot. He was dumped over by Taylor Hall in the process. And now the Canes will bring it out. Maybe a 3-on-2 developing. Aho up the far side. Jones races back. He's got it. Gives to Mikkola. Rattled along for Jesper Boquist. If the Panthers get a change in the forward grouping. Boquist to center. The puck knocked away. It's still loose. And Carolina ultimately settling down control of the puck. It's Jacob Slavin down to our left for the Canes. 12:39 to go in the first, no score. Out of Burns. Back over for Slavin. And he gave it away at the Panthers line. Up there, right side, a chance into the circle. Rodriguez walks in. He was dumped down by the goaltender, Kochetkov, who went out to lay on a poke check, and the goaltender is going to be penalized for tripping here. Rodriguez hard into the end boards. And thankfully, he's back to his feet. Panthers going to enjoy a Publix power play. And we go downstairs for the call. Here's Wes McCauley. Kochetkov overcommitted to Rodriguez, who was going to attempt a wraparound. By taking the feet out from under Rodriguez, the goaltender did probably prevent Evan Rodriguez from being able to wrap that around and pop it in, because Kochetkov really overcommitted on the play. However, now the Panthers onto a Publix power play. And even though Kochetkov's played a good amount of NHL hockey, he still hasn't seen much action in these playoffs. I'm sure there are some nerves and a lot of adrenaline pumping for the young goaltender. Puck played out to center ice. And down to our right, Seth Jones back to play it. Jones, he'll drop it off for Rodriguez. Evan Rodriguez works through center ice into the offensive end. Rodriguez for Tkachuk. Center of the blue line, Jones. Right side, Ekblad, top of the circle, a shot, and that one deflects away. Here to the near corner, Tkachuk. He tried to rattle it out to the point, but it deflected off the stick of Martinook and out of the zone, so the Panthers have to reload. Back in their own end, Jones, the puck carrier for the Panthers, out to center. Hands it back for Barkov. Alexander Barkov into the offensive end, and he was slowed down at the line. An offside call against the Panthers. 1:17 left in the first period. The power play for the Panthers down to 1:17 with Stankoven serving the penalty against Kochetkov. The Panthers' power play in the playoffs, 12 for 44, 27.3%. In the Game 2 win Thursday night, they were 2 for 2 in Raleigh. This Carolina penalty kill was unbeatable coming into the series, but the Panthers have done a number against them here in the conference final. Panthers 4 for 5 through the first 2 games of this series, and that's tough to do against this Canes penalty-killing group. In go the Panthers. Rodriguez, right side, Ekblad. Along the right boards, down to the corner, it's Rodriguez, Barkov, Rodriguez out to the right point, Ekblad. Across to Jones, left point. Jones near half wall, Tkachuk. Up top, it's Jones again. Seth Jones straight on, looks around. Long shot, it's blocked by Jarvis. Now Tkachuk with it, a drive, and it's fought off by Kochetkov. The Canes don't clear. Loose just inside the line, and Jones will use that long reach, settles it down. Ekblad near corner. Saucers to the line, it's Jones. Across far side, Barkov. Tkachuk, Rodriguez looks across. Bouncing puck in front, whacked at by Tkachuk, and a save made by Kochetkov with the paddle. Now to the near corner it goes. Jarvis with no stick, kicked it off for Slavin, and he will clear. Puck goes all the way down to our right. And Bobrovsky will leave it for Nate Schmidt. Jacob Slavin, really the reason Carolina is down a man. He gave that puck away at the line that created the rush that ultimately led to Kochetkov taking the feed out from under Rodriguez. Here's Bennett into the offensive end. Right side, Panthers power play from Publix, winding down. The Canes get a clear. Back to 5-on-5. Stankoven out of the box. Panthers 0 for 1 on Publix power plays here this evening. Nate Schmidt, pass straight on. Bennett into the offensive end. Had it knocked away. Svechnikov back the other way for Carolina. Up the left side of the circle. Svechnikov peels off, looks around, tries to find a trailer, does. And Nikishin takes over. Behind the net, Jackson Blake. Here in the near corner for Carolina. Blake tried to rattle one around the end boards. It bounces back his way. His pass to the point, well away from Orlov, who has to backpedal all the way back into his own zone. 9:55 to go, first period. No score. It's the Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes here in Game 3. Puck played in by Nikishin. Rims around the end boards. Lou Osterinen behind the net for Dmitry Kulikov. And he will outlet off the skates of Lundell. Boquist, now it's Lou Osterinen heading in. Right circle to the front of the net, looking for Boquist. In his skates, backhand behind the net. Anton Lundell to Lou Osterinen in the far corner. Behind the net, Boquist. Jesper Boquist behind the net. shakes off some pressure, then Aho closes in against him. They tie up on the end wall, and Orlov ultimately comes away with the puck for the Carolina Hurricanes, gives to Nikishin, backhand near side, kept in, whipped down wide by Lundell, rims out to the point, Kulikov there to hold his own. Into the far corner, Orlov for Carolina. Cross ice, Svechnikov looked to hand one back for his defense. He put it right on his own net, and Kochetkov alertly was there to reel it in. The Canes do break it out. Here's Morrow to center. He's stopped up at the Panthers line by Greer. Gadjevich to Forsling, near side. A.J. Greer to the offensive end. Tried to dump it in. That puck hit Scott Morrow in the face, and then the Panthers cross in offside. Morrow gets himself off the ice. 8:56 to go in the first. No score. Panthers and the Canes here in Game 3. Back with more opening period action next on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
South Florida, let's talk about the classics, the OGs, the classic Celsius flavors. There's so many good ones. Sparkling orange, grape, wild berry, or this watermelon. I'm drinking right now. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius energy drinks.
I love the ocean.
Me? I love a slow winding river. I love the lake. Slick as glass.
But nothing compares to what you love inside the boat.
My family.
My child.
My best friend from first grade.
If you're behind the wheel of a boat, pay attention. That way your favorite water will always be safe water. Learn more about boating safety at myfwc.com. Brought to you by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amerant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
South Florida, one of the latest and greatest from Celsius is a balance of two iconic flavors, kiwi and strawberry. Two vibrant and delicious flavors that dance on your taste buds. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius energy drinks.
Period. Panthers and the Hurricanes here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. What does it mean to feel welcome at Baptist Health to make sure everyone feels cared for and cared about? Here the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health. Panthers 0 for 1 on the power play here in this first period. Tomasz Nosek stands in for the draw against Jankowski. Nosek waved out. In comes A.J. Greer. And off the face-off rolling puck near boards, Jankowski got to it, hands it back from Morrow, across the ice to Gostisbehere. Shane Gostisbehere, rink wide, it's away from Eric Robinson, down to our right into the Panthers zone. Shots are 5-4 early in favor of the Panthers. Robinson, a hard hit here in the near corner against Nosek, took him down, and Carolina with a chance to control. However, Kulikov ripped the puck away, and then Greer dumps Robinson down. Puck winds up back behind the net. Will Carrier for Carolina to the line. Morrow, a shot blocked by Greer, and the puck goes out to the neutral zone. Now it's played in from center by Morrow. Around the end boards, far corner, and then down behind the net. Nate Schmidt there to run it down for the Panthers. On to Greer. Cross ice. The pass cleared the zone, but it was picked off by Nikishin. He ripped one on net. The whistle blew, and then Gadjevich will come over and have a few words with the Carolina defenseman Nikishin. 8:16 left in the first, no score. His second game in the National Hockey League, his second game of these playoffs. He debuted last round, Game 5 against Washington for Carolina. And Nikishin, just coming over from the KHL, 7 times in the last 3 seasons he was the defenseman of the month in the KHL. 23-year-old, draft pick back in 2020. Carolina with pretty high hopes for him. Moving down the road into the future as Mikkola plays it up the near boards. Got it clear. Out to center. Nikishin there for Carolina. Brings it off to the near boards. Backhand up the near side. Got the clear. Now back in go the Panthers. Rodriguez. Barkov looking out front. Mikkola backhand. It hits a skate. They score! And the Panthers are on the board first. 1-0 with 7:53 to play here in the opening frame. It was played out front by Nico Mikkola. It took a bounce into the net. And the Panthers are in business here in Game 3. What a series Nico Mikkola is having. Barkov to Rodriguez. Mikkola backhanded it out front. That looked like it went off Orlov. We'll have to get a better look at it, but I think it hit the Carolina defenseman, Dmitry Orlov, and went in. And the Panthers benefit from a friendly bounce there. And I tell you what, you create your own luck. And Niko Mikkola has been a man possessed as these playoffs have gone along. And when things go well, they're going well for Niko Mikkola. He's doing everything right. And that time he got the puck down there and got a friendly bounce, and he has the Panthers account open here this evening at Amerant Bank Arena. The Canes cross in offside. 7:48 to go, first period. 1-0 Panthers. And that puck, it's exactly what it did. Mikkola flung it out front, and it went off the skate of Dmitry Orlov and in. For Niko Mikkola, his second goal, 4th point of these playoffs. Gus Forsling back inside, the Panthers in. The man they call the Condor, Niko Mikkola. Puck played down to our right by Taylor Hall. Aaron Ekblad up the far side of the ice, goes off Jacob Slavin. Onto the end boards. Forsling, far side of the ice. Battle for a loose puck. It's lobbed to the net. And Bobrovsky able to shake it away with the glove hand. Couldn't reel it in. It was Slavin who put it on goal. In the near corner now, the Panthers able to advance it. Niko Mikkola gets the goal. Matthew Tkachuk plays the puck in. Down to our left it goes. Rims around the end boards. Out along the far side, the Canes able to work it ahead. Seth Jarvis takes a feed from Aho. He's dumped down hard by Mikkola. And here on the near boards, Tkachuk there to play it for the Panthers. Tkachuk hands it back. Seth Jones backpedals into his own zone. 6:58 to go in the first. 1-0 Panthers. A pass straight on for Hagee. Tips it down to our left. And Jesperi Kotkaniemi gave it away to Anton Lundell. Now Lundell turns one toward the goal. That's blocked by Morrow. Lundell back on it. Tried to dance out front of the net. Puck knocked away, and Morrow will clear. Back inside the Panthers zone. Seth Jones under some pressure. Plays it around the end wall, back in the Panthers end. Mikkola takes a hard shot here from Kotkaniemi. Does clear, though. And down to our left, it's Jackson Blake covering for Carolina. He'll play it up the near side to Svechnikov. Svechnikov in over the line, looks across, offside call against the Carolina Hurricanes. And 6:22 remain in the first period. 1-0 Panthers. And I tell you what, the Panthers, who are 8-2 when they score first, they've been good here in this first period, but Carolina probably, just based on the eye test, probably having their best start of the series so far. And demoralizing for Rod Brindamore's group that they probably have come out with their best first 13 minutes and change of the series, at least to start a hockey game, and they still find themselves down a goal. Barkov will take the face-off against Svechnikov just outside the Panthers' blue line. Barkov pulls it back. It's away from Nate Schmidt, though. He'll backpedal deep into his own end. Far side for Kulikov. Up the boards, and Boquist will clear. Down to our left, inside the Carolina zone. Orlov can't handle it. Barkov to the net, poked away. And now Carolina breaks it out. Here's Blake. Left side, it's eventually turned over as the Canes cross in, but there to keep things moving is Orlov for Carolina. Hands it back to the line. Long shot from Nikishins over the net. Into the near corner, Svechnikov. Up top for Orlov. Backhanded down to the near corner inside the Panthers zone. Down to our right, rolling puck behind the net. Schmidt kept it away from Blake. Barkov up the far side. Boquist takes a shot from Svechnikov and got the puck out. Into the center circle now. A tussle for the loose puck. Jackson Blake backed up by Kulikov. Puck swept down to our left. Blake on it. He's running too hard by Johnny Gadjevich. Got to pass around the end wall. The puck cleared out to center ice. And there to settle it down for Carolina, backpedaling into his own end was Jankowski. Left it for Morrow, trying to clear. Gadjevich just kept it in. Long try, and that's shaken away by Kochetkov. Into the right wing corner, A.J. Greer. Greer out to Ekblad at the right point. Long wrist shot, didn't get through. Loose in the far circle, and it's handed along as the Canes break it out. Carried to center ice, Jankowski dumps it in. Down to our right on the end boards, Forsling there, shakes off a check, got it on for Nosek near side, and the Panthers don't get the puck out. It's Carrier into the high slot. Jankowski held onto it maybe a hair too long. The Panthers able to club it away down to our left, and it won't go far enough for an icing, but it will go far enough for both teams to make some personnel changes on the ice. Shane Gostisbehere, long outlet pass for Carolina. That deflects right into the glove of Niko Nico Mikkola. He pushes one on for Matthew Tkachuk. Left side, down to the near corner, Sam Bennett. Panthers into the offensive end, down to our left. Given to Verhaeghe out front. Bouncing puck, whacked at by Tkachuk, and a save made by Pyotr Kochetkov. 4:35 left in the first. 1-0. It's the Panthers in front of the Carolina Hurricanes here in Game 3. A goal for Nico Mikkola has the Panthers up 1. The rest of the first period next on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Hey, all. This is Alonzo Mourne, and I want to talk to you, man to man. When it comes to your health, we don't have to be just strong or be tough. We have to be smart, too. We need to take the time and get a health screening, and it can save your life. It saved mine.
Join Alonzo Mourning at the Miami Heat Men's Health Summit this June 14th. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/Zotime.
Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery tool sets. You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel. Shop online or in store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
4:35 to go here in the opening frame at Amaranth Bank Arena in Sunrise. The Panthers lead Game 3 by a 1-0 score. It's Nico Mikkola getting the Panthers on the board. His second of the playoffs from Rodriguez and Barkov at the 12:07 mark if you're scoring at home. That's the difference maker so far in this one. Face-off coming up down to our left inside the Carolina Hurricanes zone. And Barkov will take the face-off. Barkov, Rodriguez, Boquist. Barkov the face-off win. Rodriguez to the line. Schmidt to the corner. Burns able to come out of that corner with it. He walks along, gives to Stankoven, and the puck played down to our right, deep into the Panthers' end. Kulikov up the near side. Burns held it in. Down behind the net, Kulikov off to the far corner. Jordan Stahl in against him. It's given to Nate Schmidt now up the near boards. Looks to clear. Held in Burns. Stankoven to the front of the net. He couldn't hang on to it long because Evan Rodriguez stole the puck away, and he'll clear. Back at the Carolina end, Martinook rattles one up the far side. Then Jordan Stahl there to dump the puck down. Into the far corner, Nico Mikkola, first one on it. He looks to clear. That one goes off the skate of Taylor Hall, and the Canes have control again. Hall tried to center, and that pass broken up. Rodriguez into the far corner, now into a tie-up with Logan Stankoven after clogging the passing lane. 2-on-2 scrum down to our right, far corner, inside the Panthers zone. The corner to the right is Sergei Bobrovsky with 3:39 to go here in this opening frame. 1-0. It's the Panthers in front. Out of the corner, Seth Jones rims it back for Mikkola. Oh, he took a hard lick from Orlov. Turnaround shot and a save made by Bobrovsky. That time on Taylor Hall. Dmitry Orlov, a hard shoulder into Nico Mikkola, knocking him down. Not easy. As Mikkola stands 6'5", a long beat from Nikishin looking back door. That deflects off a stick and goes out of play. 3:17 left in the first period. 1-0 is the score. It's the Panthers out in front. SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the Panthers. Get all your Panthers tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site. That's SeatGeek, your ticket to great Panther seats. Mikkola taking a hard shot there from Dmitry Orlov on that last sequence. Right behind the net. Clean hit from Orlov. Mikkola popped right back up. Puck played, or I should say the face-off will take place over in the far circle down to our right. 3:16 to go in the first. 1-0 the Panthers in front. That means 3:16 away from our first intermission show. We'll have a chat with one of the Panthers coming off the ice after period number 1. Kevin Rogers will update you on everything that's gone on so far in this one. So again, keep it locked right here, even after the period comes to a close. But still, 3:16. Now they make it 3:17 left in this first period play. Draw to the right of Sergei Bobrovsky. Off the faceoff. Svechnikov, front of the net. Kane's working around. Slavin takes a feed. Shot from the right circle. Blocked by Lundell. Brad Marchand to center ice. Eetu Luostarinen through neutral ice, and he'll dump one down. And on the end boards, Blake. Oh, he got blasted by Luostarinen. Marchand to the front of the net, and he couldn't get a shot away. And Jackson Blake is in some severe discomfort along the end boards. Took a hard shot from Eetu Luostarinen. And the Carolina training staff onto the ice to have a look at Jackson Blake. He is in some obvious pain on the end wall, and now we've got a dust-up continuing down here in the near corner to our left, and Eetu Luostarinen has been sent to the penalty box. Luostarinen trailing only Sam Bennett in hits for the Panthers in this playoff season. Ekblad and Svechnikov, meanwhile, a little exchange here on the near side. Doesn't appear anything further coming from that. Blake still down on his knees, now back to his feet, which is a great sight. You certainly wish for the health of all the players, and he went into the end boards hard, and he skates off under his own power. And looks like he is going to take a trip down the tunnel, but again, good to see Jackson Blake up on 2 feet, skating off under his own power, and he'll head back to the room for a further look. Here's the call from ice level. So Eetu Luostarinen potentially will be serving a 5-minute major here. We'll wait and see. They're going to review this, and that's why in a lot of these situations you see them call the 5-minute major, because then they can take it to review. So it's really the responsible play by the officials doing their due diligence, taking it to review, and getting a look at it on the replay monitor up here in the booth. And they were going hard into the end wall, and Eetu did get him in the numbers. So we'll see what they determine this to be. Again, the good news is Jackson Blake up on 2 feet, skated off under his own power, went back to the room. So Eetu Luostarinen, not only a 5-minute major, but he is ejected from this one. So Eetu Luostarinen done for the night. The Panthers will be down a forward the rest of the way in this one. And it's a 5-minute major against Eetu Luostarinen for the boarding of Jackson Blake behind the net. Face off to the right of Sergei Bobrovsky. And when two guys are going full speed into the end boards, it can be a dangerous play at times. And here's a long shot from the line. Save made by Bobrovsky as that was put to the net by Gostisbehere. Carolina onto the power play, and it's a 5-minute power play. On the end boards then, it's Aaron Ekblad rattles one out into the neutral zone. The puck goes down to our left. Shane Gostisbehere back to play it. And Gostisbehere will walk this one along. They took a second look at it. They reviewed it. They determined it to be a 5-minute major. Jarvis up the far side. Svechnikov. He's blasted by Ekblad. The whistle blows. Offside called. Marchand into a conversation with a couple of Carolina Hurricanes. 2:32 left in the first. 1-0 to score. The Panthers penalty kill getting put to the test in a big way. This is their first trip to the penalty kill in the game. And it's going to be a 5-minute kill. The Panthers on the penalty kill in the playoffs, best in the business, 88.9%, 40 for 45, 15 for 16 at home on the penalty kill in these playoffs, 3 for 3 in the Game 2 win. Carolina bolts in from center ice. Here's Jarvis, punched by Mikkola along the near boards. Seth Jones looks to clear, Stankoven in the way, holds it in, used his body to do so. Here in the near corner then, Svechnikov. He had it pulled away. Mikkola to the line. Held in by Gostisbehere. Long shot and a save made by Bobrovsky. Puck ricochets to the near corner. Here on the near side, Rodriguez took down Svechnikov, and the Panthers get a clear. 2:03 to go first period. 4 minutes left in the Eetu Luostarinen penalty. And Luostarinen done for the night as well. Out to center ice. Gostisbehere, Jarvis, far side, Aho, a feed to Svechnikov. Panthers don't clear. Ekblad did break up the pass. Now to the far corner. Svechnikov on it, taken down by Ekblad. Svechnikov, as he was tumbling down, a pass to Gostisbehere. Back down low, it's Svechnikov. Around the end boards, behind the net, Ekblad and Aho tie up. Svechnikov on the puck, tried to rim it out to Stankoven, but the pass away from him. It goes all the way down to our left, and Gostisbehere back to start the regroup for Carolina with 1:27 left in the first. 1-0 is the score. Puck played deep inside the Panthers end. Around to the far corner, Barkov had it taken away. Kokaniemi around, near side Morrow. Morrow to the near corner, winds the puck all the way around. Kokaniemi back around, near side. It's taken by Scott Morrow. To the line, Brent Burns looks off to the far side of the ice. The Canes with control of the puck. Kokaniemi to the far corner, Jankowski up top for Burns. Backhand near side, Morrow. Morrow to the near circle. Taylor Hall pass up top. That goes between the point man and all the way down to our left. Kochetkov out to handle this one. 2:53 on the Lewosterian penalty. That is going to carry into period number 2. 50 seconds left in the first period. 1-0 Panthers. Puck play down to our right by Kokaniemi. Around the end boards it goes. Near side, Jankowski. He held it in. Now to the near corner. A scramble for the loose puck. Rodriguez. And now it's Nosek with control. He'll walk it out to the Panthers' blue line before he backhands all the way down. That'll eat up some time. 30 seconds left in the first period. 1-0 Panthers over Carolina here in Game 3. Out come the Canes. Jarvis. Up the near side, puck play down. Around the end boards it goes. Bouncer off to the far circle, and it's turned on and cleared by Nosek the length of the ice. 14 seconds left in the first period. Marchand in against Gostisbehere. They've got a history in the series. Marchand a body into him. Then Jarvis feeds one out to center. Aho. Right side Svechnikov. Backhand wide. That rims around the end boards. Out to the far point. Gostisbehere. Jarvis right point. High slot for Aho. Off his stick, and the horn sounds as period number 1 comes to a close. Mikla over to have a word with Svechnikov as the period comes to an end. And then we have a dust-up escalating further over there. Taking a tumble looked like Sebastian Aho. And now Svechnikov willing to have a conversation with anyone who will listen at this stage. 20 minutes in the books, and the Panthers in a good spot, up 1-0. We will have one of the Panthers joining us downstairs here in just a moment, so keep it locked right here. We have one of the Panthers coming up momentarily. So we'll have one of the Panthers joining us in a moment, and then after that we'll hand it off to Kevin Rogers back in our network studios. You can celebrate your team in style whenever the Panthers score 3 or more in a game. You can score 2. Head over to Pliables the next day, rocking your Panthers gear, and enjoy a free Panthers Mood Color Bowl. Pliables is your slice of summer anytime. So we'll have one of the Panthers joining us downstairs in a moment, and then after that, we'll hand it back to the studio. Kevin Rogers, he'll get us caught up on what's going on here, what's going on elsewhere, and he'll get us caught up on the South Florida sports scene too. And then we'll bring it back here for period number 2. So now we're in a bit of a holding pattern, just waiting for our guests downstairs. SeatGeek road ahead. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Panthers seats. The Panthers will be home against Carolina for Game 4 coming up Monday night right here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. Again, it'll be an 8 o'clock face-off, 7:30 Panthers preview across the radio network. We will have my friend and yours, Billy Lindsay, back with us. He's on assignment with NHL Network. He'll be back with us on the air for Game 4. But that'll be Monday night. After that, everything else in this series still, if necessary, depending on how things go. A Game 5 would be Wednesday night in Raleigh at 8 o'clock Eastern, but the Panthers going to do what they can to try and make sure it doesn't come to that as we get ready to go downstairs outside the Panthers dressing room. A 1-0 Panthers lead through 20 minutes of play, and we've got our man downstairs. Panthers defenseman Nate Schmidt is with us. And, Nate, 1 period in the books, a 1-0 lead. Always good to take a lead into the room, but what'd you think of the first 20 minutes there?
Yeah, you know what? They came out with a good pressure in that period. I think we did a good job weathering it. Bob made some good saves, and now we have to make sure that this penalty kill, we continue the momentum that we had at the end of the period there and continue the second.
And, Nate, you mentioned Carolina coming out with good pressure. When you say that, what's Carolina maybe doing differently there, and what, as a defenseman, can you do to combat that?
Yeah, I find that we're a little bit spread out. That's just our defensemen aren't moving the puck as fast as we want to. We're not as clean as we want to on our breakouts, so it's imperative for us to be able to get back and move it quick to each other and make that quick outlet pass and give our forwards some time because they're on top of them.
And Nate, last one here for you. One of your teammates has drawn a lot of attention here in this series, especially Nico Mikla, rewarded. You earn your luck. You got a good bounce there to get you guys on the board. Yeah. But what can you say about the big man and what he's been doing lately and what he's meant to you guys?
Yeah, you know what? He brings such a special brand to the game. You know, it's his own brand and it's awesome. when he's flying around and he's getting the head shakes and the shoulder movement going. He's getting up the ice and making plays for us offensively. He's a force out there for us.
Nate Schmidt, our guest downstairs. Nate, thanks so much for stopping by. Best of luck here the rest of the way.
Thank you.
That is Nate Schmidt of the Panthers downstairs. Outside the room after one period of play. The Panthers a 1-0 lead over the Carolina Hurricanes, and Nate Schmidt talked about it right there, the importance of moving the puck quickly, getting it up the ice, not allowing Carolina to get that pressure in there. And I thought early on, the Panthers played a good period. Carolina probably had their best start of the series, but they don't have anything to show for it. They're down 1-0 after 20 minutes of play. Have you heard about El Car Wash, the official car wash of the Panthers? For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 60-plus locations, from Palm Beach to Naples to Orlando. Come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast and fun wash. Go to elcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join Wash Save. El Car Wash. Feel good. Drive clean. Panthers are feeling good. They lead 1-0 through 20 minutes of play. And coming up on the other side, Kevin Rogers is going to have a look at what's going on here, what's going on elsewhere. Lots to get to. Our first intermission show is coming up on the other side of the break. It's the Panthers 1 and the Carolina Hurricanes 0 here in Game 3 on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape...
Oh, look at this. And we got Jose and Tom here, too. Thank you for hanging out with us this afternoon for our Playoff Pulse campaign. This evening, whatever time it is where you're watching from. We appreciate you being here. Now's the time of the show. Please check the link that's pinned in the chat, as well as in the description. That's going to take you to our homepage at SickKids Hospital in Toronto, where you can add your donation to our Playoff Pulse campaign, or share that link out and politely ask people to help you raise money for SickKids Hospital with Toronto Sports Insider and TSI Tom. You got anything to say there before you go to school, Tom?
Well, like and subscribe.
Yeah. Thank you for being here. We'll see you back in the chat. Thank you for making a difference with SickKids Hospital in Toronto. Every single one of you. Much appreciated.
Cheers, insiders and sports fans from around the world. The Playoff Pulse campaign on Toronto Sports Insider is uniting fans worldwide through the thrill of NHL and NBA playoffs. Every game, every fan, every moment counts.
To every child and family who've needed us since 1875, and all who support us, our hospital needs no introduction. But just in case, it's SickKids. And it's our 150th birthday. Our mission has always been healthier children, a better world. The first children's hospital in Canada, SickKids. Pasteurizing milk to prevent disease 30 years before it was mandatory. The heart-lung machine that transformed open heart surgery. A pediatric kidney transplant in 1969. SickKids. SickKids. And SickKids. We discovered the gene for cystic fibrosis so patients live longer lives. And we just created the world's first Atlas of Cancer using machine learning to analyze 13,000 variations. Today, the hospital sees over 130,000 patients a year. We're a research powerhouse, a training magnet, attracting nearly 600 clinical and research fellows from around the globe every year. And we're the #1 publicly funded children's hospital in the world. We're celebrating 150 years of excellence, driven by philanthropy. What's next? Thanks to donors like you, we're going to keep healing Canada and the world, and we're going to heal the future.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I want to thank you. Thank you for supporting SickKids. Cut.
Thank you for helping us save kids' lives.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being... Thank you.
Inside the Carolina net. And again, the Hurricanes offense is trying to get going through the first two games. Just 2 goals so far. Sergei Bobrovsky coming off the shutout back in game 2. And the Panthers already up 1-0 through 20 minutes of play. Game 4 coming up on Memorial Day, Monday night at Amerant Bank Arena at 8 o'clock. And so far, that's all we have. Panthers win tonight. We're still at the if necessary for 5, 6, and 7. If Carolina comes back and wins, then a potential Game 5 would be back in Raleigh coming up on Wednesday night. But right now, it's still got the old asterisk next to it as the Panthers up 2-0. Before we step aside, let's pause for station identification right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist.
Hockey lives here.
And with a shot turned out at first line by Aho. He swings a wraparound.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. KIS HD2 Boca Raton.
Panthers without Sam Reinhart tonight. Also lose Etulo Starinen in the first period as he was penalized, game misconduct, and that was on a hit into the boards of Carolina rookie Jackson Blake. So Lo Starinen, game misconduct, and won't see him again, and he's had a very good postseason. Coming up, we will take a look at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. Also, we have the South Florida sports scene. All of that is straight ahead. Panthers lead the Hurricanes 1-0 through 1. Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final with the Panthers up in the series 2-0 as we continue the first intermission report right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
Catch your Florida Panthers and Amerant Bank Arena world-class shows and events in the most premium setting in South Florida. Our private and exclusive suites, as well as our all-inclusive clubs including Amerant Vault and Corona Beach House, offering multiple ways to forge unforgettable connections with friends, family, employees, and top clients. You'll never want to experience a game or concert any other way. For more information, visit floridapanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK today.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Tabanero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabanero today at any concession stand at the Amerant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor: original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabanero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabanero.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
First intermission continues at Amerant Bank Arena. Panthers won, the Hurricanes nothing. Kevin Rogers with you. Nico Mikkola, his second of the postseason to give the Panthers the lead. Game 3 of this Eastern Conference Final. Panthers up 2-0. Game 4 on Monday night from Amerant Bank Arena at 8 o'clock. Let's take a look now at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. JetBlue, you above all. Western Conference Final resumes tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. As the Oilers hosting the Stars after the first two played in Dallas, next two in Edmonton. Stars won Game 1 in comeback fashion, but the Oilers bounced back in Game 2 last night the 3-0 shutout. Stuart Skinner, another shutout in net, his third of the postseason so far to get Edmonton not really back in the series, but at least get the split in Dallas before they head back home for the next two. And again, big spot there for the Oilers going back home after this win. And the Stars, who have played very well at home so far in the postseason, their offense finally shut down in that loss last night. And the Stars on the road, at least of late, the last two they played at Winnipeg, they got shut out both those games. They won the opener of the Winnipeg series, but then lost the last two on the road. So we'll see if the offense comes back to life leaving Dallas. Up next, we will take a look at the South Florida sports scene, get you updated on that, and then bring it back to Amerant Bank Arena for the second period. Panthers 1, the Hurricanes nothing after 1 as we continue the first intermission right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right, the deal is finalized and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
Your fishing gear is loaded, lunch is packed, the boat's gassed up, everything you need for an awesome day on the water. Well, not everything. You should also bring along your boating safety education. So be sure to take a Florida boating safety course. Know before you go. Do it for yourself. Do it for your family. You'll have more fun out on the water. You can take a course in a classroom or online. To learn more, visit Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission at myfwc.com.
Attention sports fans, when it comes to your health, don't just play defense, make the winning move with Solstice Dental Insurance. Whether you're looking for a PPO, HMO, or discount plan, Solstice has you covered. Our unique comprehensive dental and vision products ensure that you get the extensive coverage you need, all at an affordable price. With a national network and top-tier customer service, Solstice is your go-to teammate for championship smiles and clear vision. Join the winning team. Call Solstice today, 877-760-2247 or solsticebenefits.com and score big on your dental insurance.
Couple minutes away from the start of the second period from Amerant Bank Arena, Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final. Panthers a 1-0 lead over the Hurricanes. Nico Mikkola, his second of the postseason. Kevin Rogers with you. Panthers with a win tonight, up 3-0 in the series, but still got 40 minutes left. Let's take a quick look at the South Florida sports scene. First, we're going to look at the NBA and the Western Conference Finals, Game 3 in Minnesota. So far, it's a blowout on the Timberwolves side as they lead the Thunder 33-14 in the final seconds of the first quarter. Oklahoma City entered tonight with a 2-0 lead in the series, so the Timberwolves looking to climb back in it. And coming up in about an hour from Anaheim, it's the Marlins and the Angels as they continue their 3-game set. Up next, it is the second period from Amerant Bank Arena. Panthers 1, the Hurricanes nothing. As we continue, Doug has a call up next right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Panthers fans, score big on game day at Stoner's Pizza. Every game day, buy a large cheese or pepperoni pizza and get one of the same variety free. With fresh ingredients and daily handmade dough, Stoner's Pizza is the perfect pairing for puck drop. Order in-store or online at stonerspizzajoint.com and use code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florida Panthers. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Welcome back to the start of the second period. It's the Panthers 1 and the Carolina Hurricanes nothing. Doug Plagans here with you. Kevin Rogers back at our network studios. Billy Lindsay on assignment with NHL Network. He'll be back with us for Game 4 coming up on Monday evening. And we'll have the opening face-off here in the second period in just a moment. 1:59 left to penalty kill time for the Panthers at Tula Arena. Assessed a 5-minute major late in the first period at the 16:59 mark. 5 for boarding and a game misconduct, so he'll be out for the rest of this one. The Panthers 1:59 left to penalty kill time. If the Panthers get through this whole thing unscathed, that could stand to be a pretty good momentum boost for the club. Off and running to start the middle frame. Anton Lundell, a face-off win. Nico Mikkola plays it down to our right onto the corner. It's a shot from Lundell, and that goes off the iron, up and out of play. So 9 seconds off the clock here in the second. 1-0. It's the Panthers in front of the Carolina Hurricanes. Shots even at 7 at this point in the game. Sergei Bobrovsky turned away 7 of 7 back in the first period. 6 of 7. Stopped by Pyotr Kochetkov. The one that got by him, the one goal scorer in this game, was Nico Mikkola. A backhand feed that took a friendly bounce. Here's Mikkola. Shot from the line. Save. Kochetkov sprawling. And the puck goes to the far corner. And Sebastian Aho then will hand it to Shane Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere on then for Jarvis. And the puck dumped down to our left. Here on the near side, it's Svechnikov for Carolina. Round to the far corner, Jarvis. He was spun around over on that far side of the ice. Mikkola takes down Jarvis. Loose back in behind the goal. Seth Jones is there. Jones had it poked away. Now here on the near side, it's Anton Lundell. 2-on-1 for the Panthers. Gives off to Marchand. Marchand right side to Lundell in front. He tried to hand it back. Bouncing puck in front. And Svechnikov ultimately winds up with it. Aho to center ice. He'll work in. Gives to Svechnikov. Aho near side. Down for Svechnikov in the near corner. Out to the line. Gostisbehere. 1 minute on the Carolina power play. Jarvis to Gostisbehere. Into the near circle. It's worked around and turned over. Jesper Boqvist onto the Panthers end. Up the left side. Tried to feather one out front to Kulikov. Charging in. That bounced away. Boqvist takes a hard check over in the far corner, but from Svechnikov. And now the Canes bring it out 3-on-2. Up to center ice. Off to the far side. Blake out front. A bouncing puck, and it winds up on a play with 18:36 to go in the second period. 1-0. It's the Panthers in front of the Carolina Hurricanes. The only goal scorer in this one, Nico Mikkola's second of the playoffs at the 12:07 mark of the first from Rodriguez and Barkov. So that's the only goal scored in this game on the board for the Panthers. Panthers down to 35 seconds left in this penalty kill. Drawing the far circle down to our right. Down to our left, rather, inside the Panthers' end. Panthers in red, left to right. Carolina in white, right to left here in this middle frame from Amarant Bank Arena and Sunrise. Stankoven pulled it back. Right point, Burns. Along the right side of Taylor Hall. The pass jumped away. Nico Mikkola out of his own end. He'll carry this one into the offensive zone. Mikkola down to the near corner. Rolls it back behind the net. Taylor Hall the takeaway. But that rush from Mikkola did eat up some time. Valuable time for the Carolina Hurricanes. Kokiniemi through center ice. Heads over the Panthers line. Plays it down on the inboard. Kokiniemi tried to rim it around. Stankoven here on the near side with it. And now a penalty upcoming. What do we have here with 8 seconds left on the Luostarinen penalty? 18:09 to go here in the second. 1-0, the Panthers in front, and that's going to do it for the penalty kill because Carolina has a man going off. Here's the call. Cross-checking called against Jesperi Kokiniemi, so he goes off. We'll go 4-on-4 for 8 seconds. Then the Panthers will go on to an abbreviated but still pretty lengthy Publix power play. It'll be 1 minute 52 seconds in length. So for the rest of the penalty kill, looks like Barkov, Rodriguez, Ekblad, and Jones. After the face-off, puck rolls in on Kochetkov. He'll lean out to cover. So down to 6 seconds left in the Luostarinen penalty. The Panthers will have a man coming over the boards to join the power play unit here in just a moment. Actually, it'll be Matthew Kachuk. He's serving the penalty. He'll just come right to the ice. Puck played up the near side. The Canes get it out along the near boards. Martinook tied up by Jones. Barkov takes over. Tkachuk to the ice, and the Panthers onto a Publix power play. They kill off the 5-minute penalty. Jones to center ice. In goes Seth Jones, lost it at the line. Puck played down to our left by Martinook into the near corner and back behind the goal. Bobrovsky leaves it for Ekblad. Ekblad around the back of the net. He'll walk this one straight ahead, drops it back. Evan Rodriguez cruising to center ice. Rodriguez drop past Barkov, right side Jones. Here along the near side, works it down low. Jones behind the net and around the end boards, far point. Tkachuk covering down to the corner, left wing side of Rodriguez. Out to Tkachuk, it jumped over his stick. And now a race down to our left. Martinook, he'll get there into the far circle, bounces out front, recovers, and a shot is blocked partially by Jones. The puck goes to the corner, and Ekblad will play the puck cross ice to Rodriguez. Evan Rodriguez to center. Gets driven down. Back behind the net and around to the far corner. Picked up there by Barkov. Back around near side. It's Tkachuk. Tkachuk here on the near boards for the Panthers. Matthew Tkachuk, left point. A long shot from Carter Verhaeghe, and it's gloved down by Kochetkov, the Carolina goaltender. 3 minutes, 4 seconds into the second period. 47 seconds left in the cross-checking penalty against Jesperi Kotkaniemi that has the Panthers on this Publix power play. The Panthers 0 for 1 on the power play back in the opening frame. The next unit coming out for the Panthers, Bennett, Marchand, Tkachuk stays out, Schmidt and Verhaeghe. Tkachuk out to the far point, Schmidt across Verhaeghe, right point. Into the near circle to the near corner, Brad Marchand out the line, it's Verhaeghe. Puts it down low. Tkachuk backhand out front into the blue paint. Picked up and Slavin able to clear with a backhand out to center ice. Nate Schmidt for Sam Bennett. 30 seconds on the Publix power play. Marchand almost had his pocket picked. He'll drop it back for Schmidt. Rattles it up the far boards. Brad Marchand, he'll settle the puck down. Gives then to Schmidt. Back to center ice. Eased along Marchand. Ekblad left wing side. Now it's a long shot from Marchand. That goes down behind the net. Picked up, punched up the near board. Slavin didn't get it out. Now Schmidt. Verhaeghe right circle. It's Tkachuk. Back up top. Schmidt lets it rip. Save made Kochetkov. Loose to the side of the goal. And it's still loose in the circle. Slavin ultimately will sky it out to center ice. Out of the box comes Kotkaniemi. Back to 5-on-5 hockey here in Game 3. The Panthers by a goal. 1-0 is the score. Nico Makela back in the opening frame. The lone goal in this one. Long pass out of the zone from Nate Schmidt. A little far for A.J. Greer. Dumped down by Nosek. Back behind the net. Kochetkov leaving it for Nikishin. Has it behind the goal. Over to the far corner then. This one's sent out of the zone, and it's angled down to our left as Orlov played it deep into the Panthers' end. Over on that far side of the ice, turned on by Eric Robinson. Puck to the far corner, Shona Gadjevich up that far side for Nosek. He's got Robinson right on him. Nosek for Greer, and he'll drop it off for Gadjevich, who works out of his own end, gains center, and dumps the puck down. Nosek in on the forecheck for the Panthers to the end wall. Overskates the puck. Gadjevich there to pick it up. Gadjevich in that far corner, winds one around. Here on the near boards, out at the point, Seth Jones is there. Jones down to the end wall. Puck goes around. Far corner, Nosek. Nosek will swing it down low, keeping it down deep for the Panthers. Nikishin takes a hard hit from Greer in the far corner, winds it around. Puck got out beyond the line. Jones plays it back in. 5 minutes gone by in the second, and an offside call against the Panthers. 11-7. The Panthers lead the shots on net so far in this one, and all rights to this broadcast are reserved. Any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Florida Panthers and the National Hockey League is expressly prohibited. So a face-off upcoming, neutral ice, just to our right of center, near side of the ice. Carolina with it off the draw, Slavin to Burns. Puck dumped in. Around it goes, near boards. Got by Ekblad, Kotkaniemi sends it around, far side, off the bounce. Jackson Blake turns on one, can't get it through. Rodriguez, he'll walk out of his own end. Evan Rodriguez to the center line. He'll drive one down. Burns in the far corner with it. Brent Burns around the back of the net. Burns near side, Kotkaniemi pokes it along, down to our left. Ekblad is there. Ekblad up the near side, bouncing puck. Svechnikov held the zone for Carolina. Forsling looks to clear. Blake held it in that time before Barkov eventually will bank one off the far boards through neutral ice and down to our right. It's Nikishin back for Carolina to play it. 14-16 to go in the second. 1-0 is the score. Slavin up the near boards. He'll dump one in. Around it goes. Far side of the ice. Martinook. He'll carry down deep into the Trapezoid behind Bobrovsky. Puck poked away. Carter Verhaeghe in the far corner. A pass out front, intercepted by Martin. Drop back. Jordan Staal, long shot wide here to the near corner. The Canes continue to control. Stankoven out to the high slot. A shot wired wide by Jordan Staal. That was a one-timer with some heat on it. Orlov, backhand out front. That goes all the way out to the near point. Taken by Nikishin, a long drive. Rattles off a couple of things on the way. Ultimately hits Aaron Ekblad and winds up wide. Back behind the net, Martinuk. He'll give off to that far side. Stankoven behind the net. Forsling's run into it. Bennett there to bank one off the near boards. Didn't get it out by Nikishin. Nikishin able to buy some time and space. Works down to the near corner. Hands it up top to Martinuk covering. Martinuk plays it down behind the Panthers net. Some sustained pressure here for Carolina. Staal into the near corner. Leaned on by Ekblad. Staal, Stankoven in front. Shot saved made by Bobrovsky with the goal stick. Out to the far point then. It's Orlov. He'll hand one down to the near corner. A race for this one behind the net. Bennett there for the Panthers. And Sam Bennett will lob one high out of the zone. And Verhaeghe taps it on Tkachuk to the offensive end. Tkachuk, he'll dangle the near circle. Backhand shot saved made by Kochetkov. And then Tkachuk flung it back out front. He was trying to bank it off the goalie, it looked like. And the Carolina Hurricanes come away with it. Taylor Hall up the near side. Plays it down and around the end boards. Aho in the far corner. Up top. Long shot, and it's loose as it was put to the net by Morrow. Covered up by Bobrovsky with 12:40 to go in the second. 1-0. The Panthers in front here in Game 3. We'll step aside, bring it back for more here in a moment. The middle frame continues next on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery tool sets. You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel. Shop online or in store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Hey all, this is Alonzo Mourning, and I want to talk to you man to man. When it comes to your health, we don't have to be just strong or be tough. We have to be smart too. We need to take the time and get a health screening, and it can save your life. It saved mine.
Join Alonzo Mourning at the Miami Heat Men's Health Summit this June 14th. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/Zotime.
Hey Panthers fans, looking for an unforgettable group experience? Team up and score more with Florida Panthers group tickets. Whether it's for corporate outings, school trips, or a fun night out with friends, nothing beats the excitement of live hockey at Amerant Bank Arena. Get exclusive benefits like ticket savings, priority seating, and access to VIP experiences. Don't miss out on the action. Secure your group spot today. Visit FloridaPanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK to learn more.
Back here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise, Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final. The Panthers a 1-0 lead over the Carolina Hurricanes. First period goal for Nico Mikkola, the difference maker in this one. Rodriguez and Barkov assisted on that one. Face off far circle down to our left. The Panthers out shooting Carolina 12-8 in the game. Nate Schmidt told us after the first period that Carolina's getting a good amount of pressure. Out to the right point, long shot, Slavin deflecting, and that one wide the near corner. Aho after it, shouldered by Bennett. They both go down. The Panthers don't clear. Slavin, a shot gloved by Bobrovsky, and a holder. And he said it's on the Panthers to get the puck moving up the ice even more quickly to try to combat that pressure the Canes are throwing at them. Carolina did have their best start of the series. Talked about that a couple of times back in the first period. Probably came out with their best first 10 minutes or so that they had. But they still find themselves down 1-0 here in Sunrise. Here's Tkachuk. Flings one close ice. Verhaeghe after it. Slavin right there on it. Puck picked up and punched up the far side by Jarvis. Didn't clear. And now a race for a loose puck here on the near boards. Bennett a bump on Taylor Hall. The puck play to the neutral zone. Jarvis takes a shot from Tkachuk. Then at the line, Mikkola shoulders Aho. The puck came free. And Seth Jones will work back behind the Panthers net. We've gone 8 minutes here in this second period. 1-0. The Panthers over the Canes. Touch pass straight on Tkachuk to Verhaeghe. In he goes. A shot. It's wide. Carter Verhaeghe got the slot and just let one rip Taylor Hall takes a hard shoulder from Tkachuk over on the far boards as the Canes get a clear. Kulikov works it back in. Down behind the net, Kochetkov. The goaltender turned it over to Marchand, but he just couldn't settle it down. Down to the far circle, Greer. Marchand, side of the net, trying to center out front. And that passing lane was closed off. Burns in front of the net. Back come the Canes. Kotkaniemi run into by Nate Schmidt. Kotkaniemi dumped it in. Kulikov around the end wall. Near side, Marchand. Marchand up the boards, and this one goes down to our right inside the Canes end. Morrow tracks it down. We're going to see some different looking Panthers lines as things go along. Luostarinen was ejected when he was assessed that 5-minute major for boarding back in the first period. So we won't be hearing from Eetu Luostarinen the rest of the evening. Puck played out to the far point. Long shot and a save made by Bobrovsky on Morrow. Greer here on the near boards. Taking a shift with Lundell and Marchand is A.J. Greer. Puck play down to our right. Panthers into a change. Barkov fresh off the bench to the far corner. Svechnikov right there on him. Loose puck over along the boards. It's Svechnikov to Blake. He's run into and taken down by Ekblad. Blake, though, did muscle it out beyond the lines. Back in go the Panthers. It's Barkov on the left side into the circle. Peels off the boards. Barkov up top. Forsling lines. Fires tipped, and that one is partially kicked away by Kochetkov. Puck to the near boards, and Ekblad will have it. He lost control, though. The puck rolls out to center. Forsling under pressure from Svechnikov. He'll dump it back in. Near corner, Goss to spare. Around far side, it's cleared on by Morrow. Off the near board, Stankoven in over the Panthers line near side. Hands one back for Martinook to Stankoven. A shot, it deflects off to the far corner. Orlov pinching in. He'll keep it down low for the Canes. Martinook, near circle, Stankoven. Pass across. Orlov has it there. Backhand flipped along the far side. It's away from Martinook. Picked up, cleared on by Forsling to center ice. Back inside the Carolina zone. Nikishin. And he'll backhand up the far wing for Stahl. Jordan Stahl, power move to the net in front of Kids. Oh, what a save made by Sergei Bobrovsky on Stankoven. He got from his left to his right, kicked it away. Marchand in a shot, and that one is wide. Looking for a deflection. Nikola holds it in, but some heroics from Sergei Bobrovsky. Now it's Stankoven. Back in offensively for Carolina. High slot shot. It's partially kicked away. It looked like Bobrovsky may have gotten a piece now. Orlov a drive that's wide. Rims out to the far point. Jankowski covering. Long flip down to the near corner. Back behind the goal. A battle for the loose puck. Jones has Carrier tied up. 2-on-2. Scrum back behind the net. 9:13 to go in the second. 1-0 Panthers in the biggest moment of this period. The Sergei Bobrovsky save on Stankoven to protect the lead. Up the near side, Bennett looking for Marchand. Pass didn't connect. Slavin plays it cross ice. Jankowski in for Carolina. Into the near circle for Robinson. Couldn't field it there. Robinson bumped by Jones. Out come the Panthers at 2-on-1. Long feed Bennett. Tkachuk right circle. A shot. Save made by Kochetkov. And the goaltender can't find it. He's on top of it now. And we've got a scrum down in the blue paint. Matthew Tkachuk right in the middle of it. He went in there looking for a rebound and never quite presented itself. That's what you have to do when you're heading to the front of the net. Get there until that whistle blows. And now we'll take a media timeout. 8:45 to go in the second. 1-0 the Panthers over the Carolina Hurricanes. Back with more in a moment on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Make pet care stress-free with Pet Meds, official partner of the Florida Panthers and trusted platform for pet health. From puppies and kittens to seniors, Pet Meds offers top brands for healthy foods, flea and tick prevention, medications, and more. Every order comes with a surprise for your furry family. Don't miss Dr. Cuddle's Ready Rescue, a must-have detoxifier for emergencies. Visit PetMeds.com and use promo code Panthers for 20% off site-wide. Pet Meds, care you trust to keep pets happy and healthy throughout their lives.
Panthers fans, score big on game day at Stoner's Pizza. Every game day, buy a large cheese or pepperoni pizza and get one of the same variety free. With fresh ingredients and daily handmade dough, Stoner's Pizza is the perfect pairing for puck drop. Order in-store or online at stonerspizzajoint.com and use code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florida Panthers. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
3:45 to play, second period. 1-0. It's the Panthers in front of the Carolina Hurricanes. A goal from Niko Mikkola back in the opening frame. It was Mikkola, a backhand centering pass that went off the skate of Dmitry Orlov and deflected in. Face off near circle down to our right. Doug Plagens here with you. Kevin Rogers back in our network studios. Robert Reaper is our on-site engineer. And Trevor Harris back in studio control. Panthers in red, left to right. Canes in white, right to left. Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final. The Panthers try to take a 3-0 stranglehold if they can win this one. Here on the near side, Rodriguez taken down. Martinook will flip one cross ice. Down to our left it goes. Nate Schmidt after it. He'll bank it up the far side. And Rodriguez will walk it into the offensive end. It's poke checked away at the line. Picked up, dumped in by Barkov. Back behind the net. And then into the near corner, handled by Burns. On for Stankovic to Stahl. In goes Stahl. The puck taken by Lundell. First chance didn't get it out. Second chance he did. Slavin will play it back over the Panthers line. Kulikov down to our left with it. Given across here to Nate Schmidt. 8-11 to go here in the second period. Puck played deep into the Carolina zone. Kochetkov off to the far corner. Almost plunked one of our referees with that. Out come the Canes in a hurry. Here's Aho up the right side. Threads it out front for Martin. A bouncing puck and it's paddled away by Sergei Bobrovsky. Lundell, near side, Marchand. Center ice, Ekblad joins the rush. Left side, a shot, and a save made by Kochetkov. Forsling put it right into his midsection, and Kochetkov came out to challenge there out at the top edge of the goal crease. 7:50 left in the second, and 1-0. It's the Panthers in front of the Carolina Hurricanes here tonight. And folks, a reminder, score big on game days with Stoner's Pizza. Buy a large cheese pepperoni. Get a free order online at stonerspizzajoint.com using the code GOCAT. Stoner's Pizza is the official pizza of the Panthers. Online only. Price and participation may vary. Draw to the right of Kochetkov. Down to our right inside the Carolina zone. Pulled back by Verhaeghe. Bennett on the far side. And Tkachuk winds one around. Near corner, Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe dumped down by Carrier. No call. They'll say that was incidental contact. In goes Carrier near circle. Fumbles it out front, and Sam Bennett on the back check there to pick it up for the Panthers. Near side. Verhaeghe didn't clear. It's played back down low by Gostisbehere. Far side, Jankowski to the corner. Carrier on it for Carolina. Right wing side. Then down behind the net. Leaned on by Mikkola. Loose puck here to the near boards. Verhaeghe up the wall for Bennett. And Bennett a backhand across. Seth Jones jumps into play. Left side, Tkachuk delays, floats it on goal, and a save made by Kochetkov as Tkachuk was getting it down there, trying to create some kind of chaos, create a rebound, something to that effect. And Kochetkov stayed with it. The Carolina goaltender, 1-0. Panthers over the Carolina Hurricanes here with 7:11 left in the second period. 14-11, Panthers leading the shots on net. They had a draw coming up to the right of Kochetkov down to our right inside the Carolina zone. Doug Plagens here with you. Kevin Rogers back in our network studios. And Barkov will take the face-off against Jarvis. Aho was waved out. Burns tries an outlet pass, goes off a skate, back behind his own net. On it then is Slavin. He will clear. Barkov back up to the offensive line. Jarvis the takeaway. Hands it back for Slavin. Slavin looks across far side. Burns off the boards, and then it's eased down to our left. Ekblad behind the net with it. Ekblad threads one along. Missed the intended man, Boquist. Slavin will play it back down around the end wall far corner then. Forsling looking for it. That one off the stick and out of play. Into the mesh with 6:42 left in the second. 1-0. It's the Panthers over the Carolina Hurricanes. And again, the lone goal in this one coming courtesy of Niko Mikkola. Back in period number 1. We have a ruling at ice level. And they determined that this one went out cleanly off the stick of Gus Forsling. It was an airborne puck that he just kind of batted at. So the Panthers are going to go down a man for 2 minutes. Delay a game penalty issued to Gus Forsling. And that's just a tough break because obviously that's not what Gus is trying to do down there. He was into a puck battle and just happened to be the last one that touched it. That puck sailed out of play. So the Panthers back to the penalty kill here where they have had success tonight. And what makes that 5-minute penalty kill even more impressive Eetu Luostarinen obviously was not involved in the penalty kill. He was the man assessed the 5-minute major. Here's a chance out front. Jarvis to Aho, whacking away. The puck taken away and cleared by Barkov. So Luostarinen, who's a key penalty killer for the Panthers, he obviously wasn't available for the penalty kill. And Sam Reinhart's not in the lineup tonight, and he obviously would be a huge part of the Panthers' penalty kill, and they still got through it. Out to center ice, it's Jarvis. Poke checked at the line by Jones, and now Gostisbehere out beyond the blue line, looks cross ice to Jarvis, off his stick, taken back by Anton Lundell. To the front of the net, just overshot Marchand. Into the near corner, then picked up by Marchand, played out to the line. Ekblad hands it back, it's Kulikov at his own line. Then Ekblad here on the near side, driven in, down to our right. Rims back behind the net, Kochetkov gives to Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere carries it along right to left across your radio for the Carolina Hurricanes. Aho to center ice. Sebastian Aho weaves in for Carolina. Pass right side, that it's fed up top. Svechnikov across. Gostisbehere holds. Gives over to that far side of the ice. Cycling out to the line is Aho. Aho, the puck carrier, gives to Gostisbehere. Long shot, save made by Bobrovsky through traffic. That's a challenging save to make with a lot going on out in front of the Panthers goaltender, and Bobrovsky made it look easy. Slid from his left to his right, stayed right with that wrist shot from Aho. He was trying to get a deflection. He had a couple of teammates out front, or Gostisbehere rather, I should say. Bobrovsky positioned perfectly, made the save, and he's come up big on a couple of occasions here in this second period. Near circle down to our left. Kokaniemi to the line. Burns on the face-off win. Burns plays it down to the far corner. Poked back behind the net by Mikkola into the near corner. Battle down low. Here on the near side. It's worked up top for Burns. Kokaniemi across the blue line. Backhand feed. Scott Morrow for Carolina. Gives to the near circle for Stankoven. Stankoven across far side. Kokaniemi up top. Burns one-timer and a save made. Then they score on the rebound. That one was jammed out in front. There was a lot going on out in front of Sergei Bobrovsky, and it was Logan Stankoven who was the one there to get the last stick on it. And Stankoven has tied this game for the Carolina Hurricanes. So Logan Stankoven, who had no goals in his previous 6 games coming in, breaks his scoring slump by getting to a rebound first. And there was a lot of motion on that Carolina power play, and Stankoven was one of the guys maybe in motion the most. He was all over the offensive end during that sequence, and he found himself right around the goal mouth area to tie the game. So 1-1 the score, shots even at 14. Nate Schmidt lobs one high. Glove down by Stahl. Jordan Stahl kept it to the outside. Puck still in the neutral zone. Over on that far side of the ice. Picked up by Martinook. Backhanded along and intercepted by Kulikov, who floats it back down to our right. Kochetkov out of his net to play it. Banks it to the neutral zone. Kulikov there for the Panthers. He'll whip it right back in. Rims around the end boards, near side. Nosek holding it down low. Gadjevich, side of the net, looking for Greer. Couldn't connect there. Over to the far corner, Nosek. Out to the line, intercepted by Martinook. Pass across, bounces off a loose stick that's on the ice. Ricochets back inside the Canes' end. Nikishin for Orlov, and back to Nikishin. Up the near side, it's angled down by Carrier around the end wall, far boards. Blake puts it behind the net. Kulikov there to grab it back for the Panthers. Up the near side, Tkachuk. Rink wide feet on the money for Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe peels off far boards. Panthers make a change. Blake took it away. And Jackson Blake tries to clear. It's held in. Forsling. Now to Tkachuk. Into the near circle, Tkachuk. He'll look to backhand out front. So that power play goal for Carolina, evening the score. Here's Verhaeghe back behind the net into the final 4 minutes of the second. To the line, forcing a drive, and a save made by Kochetkov with the blocker. And the puck played all the way down. That is going to be an icing call against Carolina. 3:44 left in the second. 1-1 is the score. So Mikkola even strength at 12:07 of the first. That's the Panthers' goal. And as of right now, they're scoring it to Taylor Hall, although it looked like Stankoven got there first, and Stankoven led the fist bump line down the bench, which usually tells you what you need to know. But a power play goal for Carolina at 14:51 of the second. That has tied things up here in the middle frame. Puck pulled back to Mikula, across for Jones, straight on, long shot, it's wide. Off the glass behind Kochetkov, it's Kotkaniemi, far side of the ice, gives then to Blake, and he'll clear up the far board. Seth Jones back inside his own end. Jones, the Jesper Boquist tied up. Barkov finds the puck, gives to Rodriguez. Right corner in the offensive end. Evan Rodriguez down behind the net. Out to the far point. Mikula drive, and that one didn't get through the traffic out front. Svechnikov will play one into the neutral zone. Jones floats it back the other way. No icing here. Burns back to handle it. 3:12 left in the second. 1-1 the score. Burns, long outlet. It's poked down to our left by Aho. Back behind the net, Bobrovsky, the goaltender, out of his net to handle. Gives to Jones, up the near side, held in. Long shot, got us to spare. Tipped on goal by Taylor Hall, and Bobrovsky makes the save. 3 minutes to go in the second period. 1-1 is the score. And with that, we'll step away for our final media timeout here in the second period. 1-1, Panthers and the Canes. Game 3. Panthers lead the series 2-0. This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts, all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Every Stanley Cup champion started somewhere. Begin your championship journey with the Florida Panthers Learn to Play. Learn to Play is designed to introduce the game of ice hockey to boys and girls ages 5 to 9. For only $250, each participant will receive 6 weeks of on-ice training from Florida Panthers alumni and USA Hockey certified coaches, as well as a custom-fitted free set of ice hockey equipment that they can keep at the program's conclusion. For sign-up, location, and scheduling information, visit floridapanthers.com/learn-to-play. Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-etched, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine.
3 minutes to go in the second. 1-1 Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes. Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final. Huge ovation for our City Furniture hero among us tonight. 100-year-old Jerome Nellinson, World War II Coast Guard veteran. Honor to have him here in the building tonight. Special hello and a thank you to all the servicemen and women we have tuned in this evening. Draw coming up near circle down to our left. Doug Plagens with you. Kevin Rogers back in the studio. He'll be joined by Jameson Olive for after 40 coming up in the second intermission. Off the draw to the line, Nikishin. Long shot. A pad save made by Bobrovsky to the corner. It's whipped on goal from a tight angle by Carrier, and that save was made by Bobrovsky. Over to the far boards, then Jankowski. Down behind the net, Kulikov. He's wrapped up back behind the goal. Nate Schmidt, he took a hard lick from Carrier in the corner, and then Anton Lundell in there against Carrier to give him a talking to, and then a scrum develops down there. 2:41 left in the second, 1-1 the score. Nate Schmidt quick back to his feet. Schmidt and Carrier were original misfits, original Vegas Golden Knights back in the Vegas expansion season. And obviously get into a situation like this, and any friendships and acquaintances can take a back seat apparently, and that was evidence of that. Actually, in this series, you've got Schmidt and Nosek on the Panthers side and Carrier on the Carolina side, all original members of that expansion Vegas Golden Knights squad that went to a Stanley Cup final back in 2018 and ultimately fell to the Washington Capitals. And speaking of that Washington Capitals team, Dmitry Orlov of the Carolina Hurricanes was on that team. Puck pulled to the far corner. Nico Mikula will launch one long. Down to our right, no icing here. It's tracked down by Nikishin. Backhanded around, far side, punched along by Stanko, but intercepted at center by Barkov. He'll one-hand it back in down to our right. Orlov takes the puck up, floats it out to center. Down to our left into the Panthers end. It's Forsling up the far boards. Rodriguez lays one along deep into the Carolina and Orlov fumbles a pass in the near corner, brings it around near side. A rolling puck that's picked up by Nikishin, banked off the back of the net to Orlov, and then the puck played on by Stankoven. He doesn't clear on the first try. Second try does. Martin up for Stahl. That jumped away. Panthers on the counterattack. Here's Sam Bennett, left circle, a shot. Hit a man, rolls on goal. Kochetkov lunges out to cover, and he will get on top of that. And then some shoving afterward, Bennett and Stankoven, and that draws the attention of a couple of other members of the Carolina Hurricanes. Jordan Stahl in there, and then Matthew Tkachuk comes in to even things up a little bit, and the scrum continues here. Matthew Tkachuk and Sam Bennett against a handful of Carolina Hurricanes here in the near corner, as Nikishin then has his helmet ripped off. So did Matthew Tkachuk. I'm sure it was just a friendly welcome to the National Hockey League. It's just his second game in the National Hockey League. Panthers serving as the welcoming committee there on that sequence. 1:54 left in the second, 1-1 the score. And everything ultimately settled down. Face-off on the way inside the Carolina zone to the right of Kochetkov. That's one thing about Kochetkov. Saw it on that sequence. He will sometimes, to make a save, to cover a puck, maybe more so than other goaltenders, and maybe it's because he's a young goaltender, more willing to do it, but he will put himself in harm's way sometimes. He'll put himself right into traffic. Instead of trying to see around the traffic, he'll just put himself right into the traffic. Puck played all the way down to our left. It's an icing call against Carolina. He is an aggressive goaltender. And again, a guy that Carolina took in the second round a couple of years ago. And it drew some attention when Rob Brindamore this morning said that Kochetkov was going to start this game. But he did play 47 games for Carolina during the year. Far circle, Tkachuk to the net. Bouncing puck and into the near corner. This one will be raced down. Aho then behind the net to Burns. He failed to clear. Tkachuk down to the trapezoid for Verhaeghe. Around for Bennett, right circle. Up top, Ekblad into his skates. Kept in front of him for a moment. Ultimately taken away by Taylor Hall. Punched into the neutral zone. Bennett recovers for the Panthers. Back into his own end. He's going to walk along out to center. Heads down to our right. Poke check at center ice. But the puck goes to Forsling. In he goes, high slot. Try to drop pass. Bennett, Tkachuk, lobs it in front. Verhaeghe with it. Gloved it down, played it to Ekblad. Long shot tipped wide. Tkachuk out front, trying to bank it off Kochetkov. That goes out to the far point. Forsling puts it down low. Tkachuk back behind the net. Walks to the side of the goal, and he tried to slide one through the blue paint. Slavin cut it off. Now Verhaeghe in the right circle. Verhaeghe out front, has room. Verhaeghe rolls it down low. Tkachuk pokes it to the front of the net. Verhaeghe taken down. A penalty is upcoming as Carolina touches up. Jarvis got a stick on it. A holding call is coming up here, and the Panthers going to a Publix power play with 51.6 seconds to go here in the middle frame. 1-1 the score here in Game 3, and the Panthers with a late second period man advantage. Here's the call downstairs. The voice of Francis Sharon, correspondent to our broadcast. No, that's one of our referees downstairs. Draw coming up to the right of Kochetkov, down to our right inside the Carolina zone. Aho goes off. Holding called against Sebastian Aho. A very important power play for the Panthers, an opportunity to break this 1-1 tie. And in that far circle, a face-off win for Barkov. Tkachuk far boards. Up top, Ekblad. Across the line, left point then given to Tkachuk. Holds, long wrister, blocked by Slavin. Ekblad recovers for the Panthers. Takes it to the far corner, hands it out to the left point for Tkachuk. Tkachuk down behind the net, Rodriguez. Rodriguez backhand out to Jones. Jones straight on. Right side, Barkov. Backs out to the point. Across Jones. One-timer, and that's high. Off the glass, stays in play. Burns shovels it along with a backhand down to our left. 20 seconds here in the second period. 1-1 is the score. Seth Jones back behind the Panthers net. He'll walk this one along quickly. Jones drops it back. Barkov through neutral ice to Rodriguez. Poked away. Picked up, and it's cleared by Jankowski down to our left. 5 seconds to go in the second period as Bobrovsky leaves it for Jones. The final seconds will tick away in the second. 1-1 through 2. 1:09 on the clock of the Panthers power play presented by Publix. Sebastian Aho in the box. So the Panthers will begin period number 3 on the power play. But 1-1 through 2, I think if you just looked at the score, there are a lot of folks out there that would say this is more in line with what they probably expected to see between these two teams. The Panthers had those 2 runaway victories to start the series, 5-2 and 5-0. Tonight, safe to say the Carolina Hurricanes, the Panthers are playing well. Carolina has had its best first 2 periods of the series. And Rod Brindamore, you heard if you were tuned into the pregame, first of all, we thank you for being with us all evening, or at least we thank you for tuning in back then and then tuning back in now. But Rod Brindamore mentioned in that soundbite we played that the way he described the first period back on Thursday, from his perspective, he said, I don't know what I was watching in the first period. So he was not happy with how his team started the game. They have played more of the kind of hockey they expect to play here in this one so far tonight. 1-1 through 2 periods of action. And coming up in just a moment, Kevin Rogers and Jamison Olive, and after 40, they're going to break it all down. We'll also have the JetBlue Out of Town scoreboard and the world-famous former Twitter segment upcoming. So that is on the way. The SeatGeek Road Ahead. SeatGeek, your ticket to Great Panther Seats Game 4 of this series is going to be 8 o'clock on Monday night, 7:30 pregame across the radio network, and wherever you're tuned in right now, you can find us coming up on Monday evening. 1-1 through 40 minutes of action. Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final. The Panthers trying to take a 3-0 lead. Carolina trying to avoid falling down 3-0. Nico Mikkola in the first. Logan Stankoven in the second. Kevin Rogers will get into specifics with Jamison Olive from FloridaPanthers.com coming up in just a moment. After 40 is next. Panthers won, the Canes won through 2 periods of play here in Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final. This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, happy lunch hour, whatever time it is, wherever you are watching from. Thank you for hanging out with us today for the NHL and NBA playoffs here on TSI during part of our Playoff Pulse campaign, where we benefit SickKids Hospital every single game in Toronto. Now that you're here, please hit that like button and share this link out. That is the best way for you to increase the donation and bring more hockey fans and basketball fans here to the chat. Thank you for taking a second to do those easy YouTube things like hitting that thumbs up or thumbs down if you can't stand it and you think that I'm annoying for coming in here and telling you that you're making a difference in our Toronto community. It's all good. We'll see you back in the chat. Good luck to your team.
This is what Playoff Pulse is all about. Bringing playoff excitement.
He still has played when he's coming off the shutout, still playing very well tonight. 16 saves so far, and here's one of them to keep it 1-0 Panthers.
And he'll backhand up the far wing for Stahl. Jordan Stahl, power move to the net in front of Kids. Oh, what a save made by Sergei Bobrovsky on Stankoven. He got from his left to his right, kicked it away.
And Bob just continues to play well. And you know what's interesting, Jamison, is when you look at the goalies remaining in the postseason, obviously we've seen Carolina change things up with their goalie. Stuart Skinner was sidelined for a bit until he came back for Edmonton, got the shutout last night. We now have good Ottingers in Dallas. That it just makes all the difference in the world when you have somebody like Sergei Bobrovsky in net at this point.
It really does. Only one of those 4 goaltenders are definitely going to the Hall of Fame, and that's Sergei Bobrovsky. So, Andrew's playing great. Like you said, he's really found another level of his game. Skinner is either getting a shutout or getting blown out. There's no in the middle for him, which is kind of funny. And then, obviously Anderson was the best goalie in the playoffs to these first 2 games against the Panthers. Nakachekhov's looking like one of the best tonight after relieving him. So, yeah, he really does make the difference this time of year. You have to have a goalie. Rarely does a team win, and you say, who is in that for them? I don't know. You got to have a guy back there you can trust, just not only for the saves they make, but for the boost they give the team, just the confidence they give, knowing maybe you can take a chance, make a mistake, because the guy behind you is going to back you up. So, yeah, Bob's been huge tonight. Kochetkov and him going save for save, both stepping up real big. With that one in particular on Stankoven, that's a game changer.
So 1-0 Panthers, but however, Stankoven in the power play would get some revenge as a loose puck would beat Bobrovsky and tie things up for Carolina.
Scott Morrow gives to the near circle for Stankoven. Stankoven across far side. Kokaniemi up top earns one-timer and a save made, then they score on the rebound. That one was jammed out in front. There was a lot going on out in front of Sergei Bobrovsky. And it was Logan Stankoven who was the one there to get the last stick on it. And Stankoven has tied this game for the Carolina Hurricanes.
Fourth goal of the postseason for Logan Stankoven comes in the power play. Brent Burns and Jesperi Kokaniemi with the assist. 14:51 into the second. Tied things up for Carolina at one apiece. Just quickly, Jameson, your thoughts there on that goal as Bob made the save, but then just couldn't corral it, and then Stankoven able to clean it up to tie things up.
Yeah, as we see, you're not going to beat Bob clean tonight. It's got to come on those second and third chances. So not much, nothing Bob could do there. Not a whole lot the Panthers could do as well. The puck just kind of landed perfectly right in front of him. So, that's how the Canes like to generate their offense. They got one there. It's a 1-1 game, 20 minutes left. 1:09 left in the power play for the Panthers. I think the next goal wins here with how tight this game is. So if they can find a way to take advantage of that man advantage early in the third period, I think that makes a huge, huge difference, especially with how good they are with the lead. So we'll see what happens. But like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if this game ends 2-1 or maybe 3-1 if there's an empty netter.
16 saves on 17 Carolina shots for Sergei Bobrovsky. Pyotr Kochetkov, 14 saves on 15 shots inside the Carolina net. Jameson Olive, FloridaPanthers.com. Jameson, as always, we appreciate it. We'll talk to you Monday for Game 4.
Sounds good. Thanks, Garage.
There's Jameson Olive, FloridaPanthers.com. Before we step aside, let's pause for station identification right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist.
The best hockey lives here.
Back to Rick. Foresight shot.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. KIS HD2 Boca Raton.
Coming up, JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard, also world-famous former Twitter segment. All that is coming up. Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final. Second intermission. Panthers won and the Hurricanes won right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amaranth Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha.
Oh, look at this. And we got Jose and Tom here, too. Thank you for hanging out with us this afternoon for our Playoff Pulse campaign this evening, whatever time it is where you're watching from. We appreciate you being here. Now's the time of the show. Please check the link that's pinned in the chat, as well as in the description. That's going to take you to our homepage at SickKids Hospital in Toronto, where you can add your donation to our Playoff Pulse campaign or share that link out and politely ask people to help you raise money for SickKids Hospital with Toronto Sports Insider and TSI Tom. You got anything to say there before you go to school, Tom?
Well, like and subscribe.
Yeah. Thank you for being here. We'll see you back in the chat. Thank you for making a difference with SickKids Hospital in Toronto. Every single one of you. Much appreciated.
Cheers, insiders and sports fans from around the world. The Playoff Pulse campaign on Toronto Sports Insider is uniting fans worldwide through the thrill of NHL and NBA playoffs. Every game, every fan, every moment counts.
Need all at an affordable price. With a national network and top-tier customer service, Solstice is your go-to teammate for championship smiles and clear vision. Join the winning team. Call Solstice today, 877-760-2247 or solsticebenefits.com and score big on your dental insurance.
Second intermission continues. Amaranth Bank Arena. Panthers won. The Hurricanes won. Kevin Rogers with you. Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final. Panthers up in the series 2-0. Nico Mikkola, his second back in the first period for the Panthers. Logan Stankoven on the power play evens things up for Carolina in the second. Let's take a quick look at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. JetBlue, you above all. Western Conference Final tomorrow in Edmonton. Game 3 between the Oilers and the Stars. That series all tied up at 1 game apiece after Edmonton shut out Dallas in Game 2. Tomorrow's game will begin at 3 o'clock. Up next, it is the world-famous former Twitter segment. Get your tweets and X's in for Doug. He'll read them before the third period. Should be a good third period. A lot on the line. Panthers won. The Hurricanes won through 2 periods of play. Eastern Conference Final. Game 3 continues after this right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future. Attention sports fans, when it comes to your health, don't just play defense, make the winning move with Solstice Dental Insurance. Whether you're looking for a PPO, HMO, or discount plan, Solstice has you covered. Our unique comprehensive dental and vision products ensure that you get the extensive coverage you need, all at an affordable price. With a national network and top-tier customer service, Solstice is your go-to teammate for championship smiles and clear vision. Join the winning team. Call Solstice today, 877-760-2247 or solsticebenefits.com and score big on your dental insurance.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right. The deal is finalized, and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-etched, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine. 1-1
head to the third, but first your tweets at Doug Plagens, world famous former Twitter segment. Evan, Manitoba tuned in. We've got JJ, Kurt, South Carolina Twitter captain. Bruce inside the arena. Jeff tuned in. Decker, Eastvale, California is listening tonight. Nisi in Tennessee. Sean the Hawk inside the arena. Carl, Northwest Indiana. Sonny in Nebraska is tuned in. Judy in Australia. Gil in Houston. Roy in Scotland. Gus in Greece tuned in. We've got Brian in Jacksonville. Duty, Marietta, Georgia. Stevie Joe tuned in from Cleveland. Loriana, Dr. Greg tuned in. And a special and a thank you to all the police, fire, medical personnel, military we have tuned in. Thanks for what you do. Thanks for making Panthers hockey part of your night. 1-1 through 40. Third period next in Game 3 on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Make pet care stress-free with PetMeds, official partner of the Florida Panthers and trusted platform for pet health. From puppies and kittens to seniors, PetMeds offers top brands for healthy foods, flea and tick prevention, medications, and more. Every order comes with a surprise for your furry family. Don't miss Dr. Cuddle's Ready Rescue, a must-have detoxifier for emergencies. Visit PetMeds.com and use promo code Panthers for 20% off site-wide. PetMeds, care you trust to keep pets happy and healthy throughout their lives.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts, all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
40 minutes in the books, 1-1 the score. Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes. The Panthers on a Publix power play. Special hello to our friend and broadcast partner and colleague, Billy Lindsay, tuned in under the alias William in New Jersey right now. He's on assignment with NHL Network, but he'll be back with us for Monday night. Off and running, third period. Nate Schmidt down in the Panthers zone. Panthers in red, right to left. The Carolina Hurricanes in white, left to right. Schmidt to Bennett. Panthers in offensively. Up the right side of Verhagen to the front of the net. Marchand spun around, puck clubbed out of the zone by Slavin. Down to our right, it's Sergei Bobrovsky leaving it for Nate Schmidt. 25 seconds gone by in the third. 42 seconds left in the Panthers power play. Schmidt sends it down to our left off the end boards. Bennett side of the goal. He whips it around. Far side, Kachuk. Looks out to the line and backpedaling into neutral ice to receive this pass is Carter Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe, right side, angled down to our left by Tkachuk into the far corner. Then back behind the net, Brent Burns is there for Carolina. Pocket picked by Verhaeghe. Backhand to the near point, Schmidt. Nate Schmidt, far side, Tkachuk. He'll send it down behind the net. Bennett back over far side, Tkachuk. Gives to Bennett. Up top, Nate Schmidt. And he'll bounce it over to Bennett. Right circle to the front of the net. Marchand backhand save made by Kochetkov. And he'll cover with 6 seconds left in this Panthers power play presented by our friends at Publix, the official supermarket of the Panthers. Face off far circle down to our left inside the Carolina zone. Panthers on their third power play of the hockey game. Aho serving a holding minor. He'll be out of the box in 6 seconds. And it's Evan Rodriguez to take the draw against Jordan Stahl. And they tie up. The puck picked up and shipped all the way down. Slavin sends it the length. Back behind the net. Forsling after. Forsling out from behind his own net. 5-on-5 hockey once again. Barkov, the offensive line. Puck knocked away. At center, it's turned over by Taylor Hall. Ekblad. Now in goes Jesper Boquist. To the front of the net. Boquist on net. He scores! Jesper Boquist, what a move! He beats Kochetkov down low. And the Panthers take a 2-1 lead. 1 minute, 29 seconds into the third. Jesper Boquist past the defense. And with one hand on the stick, he beats Kochetkov down low. And the Panthers are up a goal. Boquist danced around Dmitry Orlov. And what a big goal that is. And what a lift that is for the Panthers. They didn't cash in on the power play, but not long after, they break the 1-1 tie. And we talked about it pregame, but it's a luxury when you can have a guy like Jesper Boquist waiting in the wings who can play every forward position and has played on every line this season and has scored some big goals and has played in the playoffs, has good wheels and hits everything in sight. And he's got some good scoring touch, too, and he showed it right there. Puck play down to our right inside the Panthers zone. So Jesper Boquist, the big goal there to give the Panthers the 1-goal advantage, his second of the playoffs in 10 playoff games. Evan Rodriguez picking up an assist on it as the Canes look to break it out. Puck played up the near side. Jackson Blake gets it deep. For the Carolina Hurricanes, Aaron Ekblad, the second assist on the Boquist goal. Far side of the ice, Jackson Blake has it for Carolina. Blake down along the boards, Kokaniemi backs out to the far point, hands it off. Long shot, Gostisbehere, and a save made by Bobrovsky. A little bit of a dangerous situation developing there. Unfortunately for the Panthers, Bobrovsky made the save, held on. There was no rebound. Andrei Svechnikov was right in front of the Panthers' net. There was really nobody on it. So Svechnikov was able to get some separation and get behind everybody. And had there been a rebound of any kind, that could have been a dangerous situation with Carolina's leading playoff goal scorer all alone in front. But Bobrovsky took matters into his own hands, made the save, held on, and no harm done. 2-1 Panthers, 17:44 left in the third. Far point handled there by Burns. A shot, a right pad save made by Bobrovsky. Loose to the side of the goal, handled in by Schmidt. Given on to Boquist. Banked up the boards. And it's dumped in by Rodriguez down to our left. Around the end boards, Burns. He'll sweep it back around near side. Along the near boards, battle for a loose puck. Barkov holds it in near side. Rodriguez. And he'll push it down behind the net. Boquist over to the far corner. Dropped it down to the end wall. Back behind the net, Slavin. He'll punch it off to the far side of the ice. Stankoven fails to clear. A long shot from Tkachuk is wide along the far boards. Just ripped it toward the net. Just missed, and Carolina gets it out. Down to our right, it's Kulikov on it for the Panthers on the end boards. He'll bank it here to the near side for Nate Schmidt. Over 3 minutes gone by here in the third. The Panthers a 2-1 advantage. Here's Sam Bennett to center ice. Bennett in over the offensive line. Right side, Bennett to the front of the net. A shot, a stick save made by Kochetkov. Into the near corner then. Battle for a loose puck. And here on the near side, Matthew Tkachuk with it. Bennett. He'll hand off to Verhaeghe near circle front of the net. Tipped on goal, and then a pile up in the blue paint. Tkachuk digging for it. And somewhere in there, Kochetkov had made the save. And then Tkachuk draws the attention of a couple of Carolina Hurricanes. Tkachuk was pushed into the net by a Carolina defenseman. So Kochetkov can thank his teammates for that situation that just developed. And it was the forward, William Carrier, who had to be the last man back against Matthew Tkachuk. And Tkachuk turned to the goaltender. He was digging for a rebound, and now they're taking a look at this. You could tell it was a close call, maybe a closer call than we realized. And Tkachuk went to the net. Kochetkov took a bump, but he's fine now. And again, it was Verhaeghe to Tkachuk in front, and then Will Carrier just rammed Tkachuk right into his goaltender. And the conversation ongoing about this. The puck was in the blue paint loose, and we have a no-goal signal from our referee, Francis Chiron, downstairs. So the draw is going to be at the far circle down to our left. Bennett, Tkachuk, and Verhaeghe. This forward line made a ton of noise last time out. They combined for 8 points and a +9 between the three of them. Jesper Boquist, second of the playoffs. Two Panthers picking up their second of the playoffs. Mikkola and Boquist, and the Panthers have this 2-1 lead. Off the face-off win for Carolina. They get a clear. Jarvis then will dump it down to our right. Poke to the far corner, Taylor Hall. Run to the boards by Jones. Hall sends it around near side. Banked up the near wall by Mikkola. Down to our left it rolls. Nikishin back for it. Nikishin back inside the Canes end. He'll play it to the near corner. Orlov, he's crunched by Bennett here in the near corner. Bennett fished the puck free. Hands it out the line. And Tkachuk's short pass to Seth Jones just missed the mark. Jones backpedals, dumps the puck back in. Panthers get onside. Tkachuk in after it. No, they say that the Panthers were offside. Looked like they tagged up successfully. Not the case. 4:03 into the third period. 2-1. Panthers over the Carolina Hurricanes. Canes with the 2018 shot advantage to this point. But the Panthers with the most recent goal, if you're just joining us, Boquist from Rodriguez and Ekblad, just 1:29 into this third period. Lundell will take the face-off here against Kokiniemi, who is then waved out. Svechnikov steps in. So Lundell, Marchand, A.J. Greer. Ed Tulowosterinen, if you're just joining us. He was given a game misconduct, as well as a 5-minute major for boarding late in the first period of play. The Canes get a clear down into the shallow part of the Panthers' end. Ekblad up the right wing, and then A.J. Greer will float one down to our left inside the Carolina zone. Panthers right to left, Carolina left to right. Burns lost the puck in the far corner. A.J. Greer in there against him. And now the whistle blows. Looks like that puck out of play. So stoppage in the action. 15:31 left in the third period. 2-1. The Panthers over the Carolina Hurricanes. The Panthers trying to take a 3-0 stranglehold on this Eastern Conference Final. Game 4 set for Monday night at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7:30. We'll be on the air with Panthers Preview, and wherever you're tuned in right now, you can find us coming up on Monday night. It'll be Rodriguez taking the face-off against Jordan Stahl. Far circle down to our left inside the Carolina zone. Slavin comes up with it off the face-off, and he'll pop one out of the zone. Sends Nate Schmidt tracking back into his own end. Near side for Jesper Boquist. Nudged on to the Carolina line, taken back. Slavin to Burns. Brent Burns to center ice. It's off Martinook. Stankoven over the far side for Slavin. He'll rip it deep into the Panthers zone. Rodriguez up the near side, didn't clear. Burns a shot, blocked out front, and went off Kulikov. And then Jesper Boquist will walk into the neutral zone. Boquist dumps it in down to our left. Kochetkov over to that far side of the ice. It's played along by Slavin, given away at center. Ekblad to Gadjevich, back in offensively, sends one off the end board, stays with it. Burns, Gadjevich, they battle, and Burns heads back behind the Carolina net. Back in up the far side, Carrier to Stankoven on a touch pass. Stankoven through center, in over the Panthers line, dances to the front of the net, and then lost the puck. Stankoven catches it here in the near corner. Out to the line, Morrow. Up the near side, plays one out front, and a great defensive play by Anton Lundell. Made sure Jankowski couldn't get a shot away. He had a yawning top half of the net to shoot at. Now another chance, and it's off the iron. In close, a nifty move from Eric Robinson, and he just missed tying this game for Carolina. Robinson far circle, and then it's batted at in front by Taylor Hall. That's off a leg. Puck goes to the near point. Here's Morrow, heavy pressure from Carolina. Morrow dumped down by Gadjevich, a great play, and then he pushed Morrow and the puck outside the blue line to get a clear. Battle along the far boards right in front of the Panthers bench. Morrow across for Jankowski. Dumped down to our right, back behind the goal. Mikula backhands far side. This one picked up by Verhaeghe, sidesteps Taylor Hall. Up the boards, it's Tkachuk, then Bennett over the offensive line. Bennett delays, Mikula hops the rush shot, and he scores! Nico Mikula, top corner, his second of the game, and the Panthers lead 3-1. Nico Mikula, a heavy wrist shot out of the left circle, upstairs, and the Panthers lead by a pair. The Condors flying tonight. 13:34 left in the third. A 3-1 Panthers lead over the Carolina Hurricanes. And Nico Mikula, moments after Carolina on multiple occasions had a chance to tie this game. What a turn of events. Sam Bennett will take the face-off against Aho. Puck pulled back. Dumped down to our right behind Nikishin. A huge goal for Nico Mikula. Here's Jarvis out front for Taylor Hall. And that deflects away. Tkachuk across the ice. Seth Jones will clear. This one goes down to our left. And Dmitry Orlov back to play it. Orlov up the far side, turns it over. Tkachuk, Barkov, right circle, has a lane in front. He scores! The captain buries it, and the Panthers have a 4-1 lead with 13:05 to play. Here in the third, the Panthers cash in off the turnover, and it's Alexander Barkov giving the Panthers a 3-goal lead. And there's that Panthers forecheck, forcing Carolina into some questionable puck decisions, and it was Orlov that time who gave it away. Tkachuk to Barkov. Barkov for the finish, and the Panthers are pouring it on now here in Game 3. $13:05 to go here in the third period of action. One-way traffic over the last couple of minutes. Really, ever since Robinson hit that post, the Panthers have just been rolling. Here's Blake up the far side for Carolina. Down to the far corner, Nate Schmidt kept it to the outside. Loose puck along the boards. Jackson Blake tied up there by Schmidt. Svechnikov to the line. A long shot from Slavin is wide. Near corner, it's Rodriguez. Back behind the net. This one picked up by Kokaniemi. Here on the near side, Kulikov wins a battle for a loose puck, and Nate Schmidt will get it out down to our left. 12:23 to go in the third. 4-1. The Panthers in front of the Carolina Hurricanes. A tight one for a long time tonight. You're never out of the woods against this Carolina group, but the Panthers start to take control. Here's Stankoven, though. Dances in, far side, poked away. Mikla hard to the end boards. That was an awkward fall, and he is down. And Nico Mikla's in some discomfort there on the end boards. Not what the Panthers want to see. And he was in a race against Stankoven. He went flying into the end wall. He's back to his feet. He'll skate off under his own power. And Nico Mikla heads down the tunnel. He was in a race with Stankoven, got tripped up, and went hard into the end wall. Off the ice under his own power, and back to the room goes Nico Mikla. So we wish for the best for him. 11:58 left in the third. 4-1, the Panthers leading here in Game 3. This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Hey, all. This is Alonzo Mourning, and I want to talk to you man to man. When it comes to your health, we don't have to be just strong or be tough. We have to be smart, too. We need to take the time and get a health screening, and it can save your life. It saved mine.
Join Alonzo Mourning at the Miami Heat Men's Health Summit this June 14th. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/Zotime.
Here at the Almond Joy.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Thanks for hanging out with us this afternoon, this evening, what time it is, wherever you're watching from all over the world. Now that we have your attention, please help us continue to grow this amazing community. We are over 100,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and we want to keep climbing all the way up to 250, all the way up to 1 million. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hitting that subscribe button and helping us grow this awesome community. Don't forget to turn on that bell so you don't miss it when we go live for every single game of the Eastern and Western Conference Finals for both the NBA and the NHL as part of our Playoff Pulse campaign.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! Joe Bowen here, voice of the Leafs. Holy Mackinac, we've passed 100,000 insiders on Toronto Sports Insider. The Playoff Pulse campaign is unstoppable. Let's aim even higher. Subscribe now and join this amazing community making a difference. Together, we're showing SickKids the power of sports fans worldwide. Let's keep growing this global community.
Hey you, yeah you, Easton Cowan, Leafs prospect here. I'm loving these Playoff Pulse live hangouts. Subscribe and turn on the bell to catch every game. Keep the chat buzzing and let's cheer for SickKids together. See you in the chat.
Panthers end. Forsling near side Bennett. Sam Bennett lobs one high into the neutral zone. Matthew Tkachuk on it. Tkachuk banks it near side down to our left behind the net. Kochetkov, the goaltender, off the glass, clears all the way down to our right into the Panthers zone. It's Forsling quickly an outlet pass to Carter Verhaeghe. He walks in. Verhaeghe, a shot and a right pad save made by Kochetkov. It's sent around the end boards. Tkachuk, far point Ekblad. Boom, shot, and that one deflects wide. Here on the near boards, Verhaeghe pounds it down low. Far corner, Slavin up the wall. Ekblad held it in. Now again, Slavin behind the net. This time he just launches one out to center. Aho's worked over by Forsling and dumped over. The Panthers come up with control of the puck. Tkachuk and Aho, a little exchange as the two go off for a line change. 10:52 to go in the third. 4-1. Panthers over Carolina. Rodriguez slowed down by Gostisbehere at the line. Barkov will chip the puck in. Panthers have to get onside. Now back behind the Carolina net. Scott Morrow leaves it for Shane Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere is leaned on by Rodriguez. Swerves away from him. Gives to Morrow, who then fails to clear. Barkov near circle of space. A shot tipped. They score! The Panthers take a 5-1 lead with 10:29 to play in the third. Barkov put it to the net. That puck took a deflection in. Looks like it's going to be Barkov's goal. The captain has two, and the Panthers have a 5-1 lead. Rodriguez was on the back door. May have been who Barkov was going to, but still a chance Rodriguez gets this one. Although it looked like it went off Gostisbehere. Barkov was looking for Rodriguez, but it was deflected home by the Canes defenseman Gostisbehere. Face off at center. And Schmidt will dump the puck down to our left. The Panthers all over the Canes now. It was the tightest game of the series until the third period got rolling. And now if you just put the three games next to each other, just on the score lines alone, they all look very similar at this stage. Out to the near point. Orlov, a long shot wide. Into the far corner, batted at by Gadjevich. Greer gets it out and was bumped there by Orlov, but got the clear. 9:54 left in the third. 5-1, the Panthers in front of the game. And the fans chanting, "We want the cup." This series not over with yet, but you sense the excitement. Morrow to the front of the net, tipped, and it's wide from Svechnikov. The Panthers have positioned themselves to take a 3-0 stranglehold on the Eastern Conference Final. Lundell into the offensive end, 2-1 with Marchand. Lundell, Marchand, a shot, and he scores! Brad Marchand, what a setup from Lundell, and Marchand doesn't miss from there. It's a 6-1 Panthers lead. The Panthers are all over the Hurricanes here in the third. Brad Marchand puts the Panthers up 5. And what a saucer pass from Anton Lundell. And it's turned into a rout here at Amerant Bank Arena. Sam Bennett will take the face-off against Aho, and there's some deliberation here. Carolina may challenge something. They've called everybody back to the bench. (6-1) Panthers, but we wait and see. What do we have? Carolina calling a timeout, which means their video staff may need to take a further look at what just transpired. We saw a similar instance of this in the last game. The Panthers called a timeout. That sequence when the puck went off Burns' stick and it needed to be broken down to frame-by-frame video to determine what exactly happened and if the play was onside or offside, who the puck went off of. The Canes called their timeout, and it looks like there's not going to be any kind of challenge here. Maybe they determined there was nothing to look at. Well, Panthers are rolling now at this point in the third period. And off the face-off, Burns will take over. Burns dumps it down to our right. And here's Forsling, looks to clear. Blake holds it in. Sharp angle try. Bobrovsky a save. And then Bennett ran Blake into the post. Then Aho is going to take a few licks from Matthew Tkachuk. Tkachuk trying to unload on Aho down here. And we've got a good old Donnybrook developing now down inside the Panthers' end. Our officials with all they can handle. Now Blake is wrestled to the ice by Sam Bennett. I don't think that's a road he wants to go down. And Matthew Tkachuk is ushered over to the penalty box. And Aho is going to be sent one direction or another. We'll have to wait and see. Paraphernalia all over the ice at the moment. Brent Burns in there having a conversation with Aaron Ekblad. 9:10 to go in the third. 6-1 the score. Order in some ways restored here. And we will take a media timeout. 6-1. The Panthers comfortably in front. 9:10 left in the third here in Game 3. Panthers looking to take a 3-0 series lead right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers. Tabanero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabanero today at any concession stand at the Amarant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor: original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all-natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabanero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabanero. So
9:10 to go in the third, 6-1. The Panthers all over the Carolina Hurricanes here. The Panthers have downgraded the Storm, I think, at this point. And we will get back to it here in a moment. Just saw Matthew Tkachuk go down to the room. We haven't gotten everything here as far as the penalties are concerned, but you wonder if maybe he was assessed a misconduct. We'll get the final read on it here in a moment. He was going at it with Aho there before the media timeout. And that, of course, there's going to be some bad blood there. Aho was the man responsible for the low and late hit on Sam Reinhart that knocked Reinhart out of game 2. And obviously Reinhart day-to-day not in the lineup tonight. Getting you caught up. Since the start of the third, Boquist at 129 from Rodriguez and Ekblad. Mikkola at 626 from Bennett and Tkachuk. Barkov from Tkachuk at 655. And then Barkov unassisted at 9:31. Marchand at 10:37 from Lundell and Boquist. Panthers all over them, but now the Canes counter. It's Jarvis set up out in front. A backhand. He scores. And Carolina cuts the deficit to 6-2. Seth Jarvis set up out in front, wasted no time, was able to score on a backhand. Minimal celebration from the Carolina Hurricanes because they know they have a mountain to climb here in this third period. But Seth Jarvis there to bury his first of the series. The only blemish now in this third period is that Nico Mikkola, after that collision with Stankoven that resulted in Mikkola tumbling into the end wall, skated off under his own power, but we haven't seen him since that a few minutes of game time ago. He went down the tunnel. Puck played around the inboards, near side, down to our right into the Panthers' end. Scooped up by Kulikov and lofted out into the neutral zone. Anton Lundell into the offensive end for the Panthers. Looks across, Marchand in front of the net. Greer pokes at it loose. Kochetkov sprawling. A shot from Kulikov off a skate and wide. Into the far corner. It's picked up and it's punched along out of the zone by Carrier. Schmidt down to our right for the Panthers. Nate Schmidt to Seth Jones. Outlet to Boquist. Boquist right side gets a feedback from Rodriguez. Peels off far boards up top. Long shot Jones and a save made. That was deflected on net by Barkov, who's looking for the hat trick. Kochetkov that time made the save. 6-2 the Panthers over Carolina. And 8:13 left in the third. A 6-2 Panthers lead. Well, this sets up a potential series clincher on Monday night. I know the Panthers have to finish this out, but 6-2 with 8 minutes to go. Feeling pretty confident here at this stage. The puck punched along by Forsling. Didn't arrive for Gadjevich. And now here on the near boards, Nosek there to jam it down to our left. Back behind the net, Kochetkov, the goaltender for Carolina, off the glass. Out along the near side. Hall had it poked away by Forsling. Nosek right side. Gadjevich a shot wide, and it's kept alive the side of the net by Nosek. Backhand near point, Forsling. Forsling, left point, long shot, a blocker save. Kochetkov juggled it. It stays alive near circle. Nosek, backhand wide. Into the near corner, Greer behind the net. Nosek, good shift here from the Panthers' fourth line. No sip. Behind the net, tied up by Slavin. The puck picked up and sent out of the zone by Kokaniemi down to our right. Forsling back to handle this inside Panthers territory. 7:18 left in the third. 6-2. It's the Panthers over the Carolina Hurricanes. Forsling. Long outlet, too far for Boquist. Sails down to our left. Icing call against the Panthers. A 6-2 lead with 7:07 left in the third period of Game 3. Panthers looking to take a 3-0 series lead. For the Panthers, just their 6th home game of the playoffs to 9 games they played on the road. Looking to improve to 4-2 at home. 7-2 road record for the Panthers in the playoffs. And the Panthers have started on the road in every series, and should the Panthers advance to the Stanley Cup final, which they are certainly positioning themselves to do for the third time in a row, third year in a row. That played out along the far side by Stahl. Long shot loose in front, rebound from Stankoven wide. The Panthers would start on the road whether they played Edmonton or Dallas. Nikishin, near point, down to the corner. Backhanded to the side of the goal by Stankoven. Picked up and sent out of the zone by Seth Jones. 6:37 to go in the third, 6-2. The Panthers over Carolina. And a failed clear from Gostisbehere. Loose puck out in front of the Carolina net. Stankoven is there. To center ice on the money for Nikishin. And Nikishin, far side, angles one on for Svechnikov. He's tied up and shouldered by Schmidt. Schmidt just got popped up high by Svechnikov trying to lay the hit. Meanwhile, loose puck to the far corner. Svechnikov backs out to the far point, winds it down and around. Rodriguez here on the near side of the ice. Had it knocked away by Burns. Lundell up the far side. Slavin, a shot blocked by Marchand. Kulikov here on the near side. He'll bank it up the boards, and that's too far for Rodriguez. Aho back inside the Carolina end. Takes a shot from Rodriguez. Rink-wide pass. Here's Jarvis to drop it back inside the Carolina zone. Slavin, then Jarvis. Cross ice Orlov. Gives then to Carrier, rattled on goal, and Bobrovsky there to make the save, and then Rodriguez in to give a shot to Carrier, who was standing right in front of the Panthers goaltender. 5:41 left in the third, 6-2. The Panthers in front of Carolina, comfortably in front here as we head into the very late stages of Game 3 here in the Eastern Conference Final. Panthers 5:41 away from putting the Hurricanes on the ropes. We'll step aside and be back for more in a moment on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts, all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amarant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
5:41 to play here in the third period of Game 3. It's a 6-2 Panthers lead. The Panthers all over Carolina, folks. If you're just joining us, you may not believe it, but it was 1-1 going into the third period. And it was a tight game. Both teams were playing well. Carolina Hurricanes were playing their probably best 2 periods of the series. But the Panthers have turned this game on its head here in the third period. Puck play down to our right inside the Panthers zone. Near corner, Nate Schmidt. After it, he's shouldered hard then by Jankowski, the big centerman for Carolina. And then a tie-up ensues afterward here in the near corner. Carrier held up on the corner boards. Puck squirts free as Schmidt had Carrier tied up. Gadjevich backhand far boards Greer. He'll swat it out to the neutral zone. Matthew Tkachuk did get a 10-minute misconduct, by the way, at 10:50, just as we suspected was the case when he went down the tunnel. Puck sent up the near side by Morrow, out of the reach of Hall, down to our right. So no Etulo Osterinen. He was given a game misconduct late in the first period for that boarding call, that 5-minute major for boarding against Jackson Blake. Tkachuk has been given a 10-minute misconduct now, and also in the third period, Nico Mikkel, after a collision into the end boards, left the game and went down the tunnel. We haven't seen him since. Bennett just went for a big hit on Svechnikov and just narrowly missed him. Svechnikov was on the tracks and the train was coming through, and here we go. Sam Bennett has a hold of Svechnikov and he takes him right to the ice, and Svechnikov wanted nothing to do with Sam Bennett as our linesmen race right to the scene. And Bennett just gave him an extra shot as the linesmen are trying to separate the two, and ultimately they will. 4:27 left in the third, 6-2 the score, and Sam Bennett looking right at Svechnikov, and he's smiling at Svechnikov. And if you're Svechnikov, that is a smile I don't want to be on the receiving end of from Sam Bennett. Because so a 2 and a 10 for Bennett, cross-checking and a 10-minute misconduct. Svechnikov received a slashing call, a 10-minute misconduct, and I believe there was something else mixed in there as well. Didn't quite get the whole thing there from Wes McCauley. But it's getting a little tense down there. 4:27 left in the third period, 6-2. The Panthers comfortably in front. And Bennett was... Tell you what, if those linesmen didn't arrive on the scene, Bennett was swinging for the fences. And the best thing that happened to Svechnikov in that instance was the linesmen arriving. 4:27 left in the third. Panthers to a Publix power play, so the extra 2-minute minor does go on the board to Svechnikov. Face off here in the near circle down to our left. Tomas Nosek's going to take the draw. Publix power play for the Panthers, and Nosek, Greer, Gadjevich getting some power play time, and off we go. And Gadjevich dumped over off the draw by Orlov. Puck dumped down. Oh, and Jordan Stahl just got absolutely flattened by A.J. Greer. And the puck goes down to the far corner, and no response from the Carolina Hurricanes as their captain just got derailed right at the blue line, and now a scrum back behind the net. Gadjevich and Martinook, and Gadjevich starts swinging, and our linesmen again with what's been a busy third period for them. They get in there to keep things in order, and everything is silenced for now. 4:11 left in the third, 6-2. It's the Panthers over the Hurricanes. And, well, the Panthers have dominated the game on the scoreboard, and now the Panthers may have the Carolina Hurricanes just trying to count down the last 4:11 of this hockey game. Our referee's microphone is not on down there. Francis Chiron just called a roughing minor on Jonah Gadjevich. So 4:11 left in the third. The penalties coming too fast for the stat sheet to be really updated here. We're trying to keep you abreast of everything as much as we can. And I think we're keeping everything in line. If you're tuned in out there and you have the ability, you might need to get out a pad of paper and a pen if you want to keep track of it as we go. 4:11 left in the third, 6-2 the score. A.J. Greer into a conversation with a member of the Carolina Hurricanes. The puck drops, and off the draw, here's Nate Schmidt. Hands it off for Kulikov. He'll send it around the end wall. Schmidt back around for Kulikov. Greer's going to head down the tunnel. Not quite sure of the reason. The puck dropped. He was on for the faceoff there, and now he goes right back down the tunnel. Well, you hope he's all right. Nate Schmidt across the ice. He just threw a really hard hit on Jordan Stahl a couple of moments ago. And interesting, there was not any kind of physical response from Carolina after their captain just got absolutely flattened. Out to the line now. Here's Nate Schmidt. Long shot tipped, and it winds up wide. Nosek behind the net. He'll roll it back in front. Jamming away was Boquist, but he was partially tied up. Couldn't get that shot away in close. And to our right, all the way down. And it's an icing call against the Carolina Hurricanes. The Panthers bench is getting a little thin. 3:25 left in the third, 6-2 the score. Luostarinen, a game misconduct. Kachuk and Bennett have been assessed 10-minute misconducts here in the third. Nico Mikkola left after that collision, that fall into the end board. Skated off under his own power here in the third, but he was in some discomfort, went down the tunnel. We haven't seen him since, and now A.J. Greer's gone back down the tunnel. So, math not my strong suit, but that would put the Panthers down to 13 skaters at the moment here in the third period. 13 skaters available to Paul Maurice to deploy. Out comes Dmitry Orlov. Up to the offensive line for Carolina. Good stick. Forsling knocked the puck away. Scott Morrow backpedals inside the Carolina zone. 2:54 left in the third. 6-2. It's the Panthers over the Carolina Hurricanes. Game 3. Stankoven up the right side. Stankoven has one for Carolina in this one. Out the line. He'll work across to the far point. Backhand down to the far corner. Morrow shoved there by Lundell. And back when the game was still tied, Anton Lundell made a game-changing defensive play, and we can't let that get lost in the shuffle. Jankowski had a wide-open look out in front. And at the last second, Lundell got there, tied up his stick, prevented the scoring chance. After that, Eric Robinson hit a post, and since then, it's been all Panthers here in this one. Puck play down to our left, Panthers penalty kill winding down. Jonah Gadjevich done serving that 2-minute roughing minor. He will head to the ice. Puck sent down and around the end wall, and especially with A.J. Greer back in the room, you expect to see a heavy dose of Jonah Gadjevich down the stretch with the spread on the scoreboard being what it is, and Jonah has the ability to calm things down just by showing up to any situation. Over on that far side of the ice, the puck takes a bounce up in the air, and Aaron Ekblad will backpedal to his own end. 1:45 to go in the third. Kulikov across the ice, Ekblad. Backpedals into the trapezoid behind Bobrovsky. Fans rising to their feet here at Amerant Bank Arena as they know the Panthers in 90 seconds are going to be one win away from another trip to the Stanley Cup Final. Over on that far side of the ice, Ekblad pokes the puck away from Kotkaniemi. It rolls into the bench. 1:21 to go here in this third period of action. 6-2. It's the Panthers over the Carolina Hurricanes. Draw coming up near circle down to our right. The Panthers and the Hurricanes will meet in Game 4 here at Amerant Bank Arena coming up on Monday night. It's going to be an 8 o'clock Eastern Time puck drop, 7:30. We're on the air with Panthers Preview, and wherever you are tuned in tonight, you can find us Monday evening when the Panthers are going to be looking to close this thing out. Pulled back through the neutral zone down to our left. It's Morrow after it. Looks back behind the goal. Morrow, long pass out of the zone. Bounced away from Jankowski. Seth Jones backs into his own end. Backhand near side. Robinson to the line. Morrow, a long shot. That goes wide. Far boards. Ripped to the net by Carrier. That bounced wide. Jankowski winds it around. Final minute of play here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. Near side of the ice, Eric Robinson for Carolina. Jankowski shovels it in down to our right. Nosek back to play it behind the Panthers' net. Tomasz Nosek walks it along. Nosek out to center ice. Nosek over the offensive line. Had it taken away. Kotkaniemi back the other way. Up the near side for Taylor Hall. He was shouldered to the ice by Rodriguez. Into the near corner, Ekblad. He'll keep the puck to the outside. Dumps down Taylor Hall. Puck to the line. And Orlov keeps it down low. Worked out front away from Martinook. 22 seconds left here in this third period of play. Evan Rodriguez gets a clear for the Panthers down to the final 15 seconds here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. Nikishin back for Carolina. He's running to by Marchand. Gives it away at center. Kulikov lobs one on net. Kochetkov, the routine save. He'll shake it away. The final seconds tick away. And the Florida Panthers win Game 3 by a 6-2 final score over the Carolina Hurricanes. The Panthers take a commanding 3-0 lead in this Eastern Conference Final, and the Panthers are now one win away from a third straight trip to the Stanley Cup Final. 6-2. The Panthers knock off the Hurricanes tonight, and the Panthers take a 3-0 stranglehold on the Eastern Conference Final. And the Panthers, on the strength of a 5-goal third period, rout the Carolina Hurricanes tonight. A 6-2 final score this evening at Amerant Bank Arena, and the Panthers are a win away from a trip to the Cup final. Coming up next, we have a victorious edition of the Cats Recap Show coming your way. We will have the 3 stars. We'll have all the stats and highlights, and we've got a lot of highlights to get to. We'll break this one down coming up on the other side, and we hope to get some post-game sound coming your way. Lots to get to here in the Cats Recap Show. Again, a victorious edition of the Cats Recap Show. Panthers 6, the Canes 2 here at Amerant Bank Arena tonight. The Panthers take a 3-0 lead in this Eastern Conference Final. 6-2 Panthers over the Canes. This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
This has been Florida Panthers hockey. The game coverage doesn't stop now. More with a Cats Recap Show coming up on the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Presented by Baptist Health.
Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Florida Panthers. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right. The deal is
official partner of the Florida Panthers and trusted platform for pet health. From puppies and kittens to seniors, PetMeds offers top brands for healthy foods, flea and tick prevention, medications, and more. Every order comes with a surprise for your furry family. Don't miss Dr. Cuddle's Ready Rescue, a must-have detoxifier for emergencies. Visit petmeds.com and use promo.
Panthers and Hurricanes were tied at 1 going to the third. The Panthers explode for 5 in the third period, a 6-2 win over Carolina. Panthers in the drive.
He's Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. UKIS HD2 Boca Raton.
6-2 win for the Panthers over the Hurricanes tonight. Panthers up 3-0 over Carolina in the Eastern Conference Final as we begin the Cats Recap Show now at Amerant Bank Arena with the voice of the Panthers, Doug Plagans.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. And this one's an interesting one. And now you look at the series. If you just stack the final scores next to each other, 5-2 Game 1, 5-0 Game 2, 6-2 Game 3, the games all look the same. But tonight was different for a while. Period started, and it was all Florida Panthers at that point in time moving forward. So 6-2 the Panthers. To say he did an admirable job would be an understatement. A goal, 2 assists, and +4. Tied for a game-high +4. Jesper Boqvist here this evening. And just a great night for him in his second multi-point game here in these playoffs. So a big win for the Panthers here tonight. It's a little bit of a technical glitch on our end here, but the Panthers get a big outing from Jesper Boqvist. He has a goal, 2 assists, +4, and he takes care of business tonight, gets third star honors. The number 2 star tonight, Alexander Barkov, 2 goals and assists, +4 in tonight's game. He is the second star tonight. And Nico Mikkola gets top star honors despite the fact that he left the game in the third period. We hope everything's all right there because he had an outstanding game, and he's been great in the series. Scored twice, was +2, gets top star honors, but did leave after a hard fall into the end boards. He was in a puck battle against Logan Stankoven, and he was racing back into his own end and took a tumble into the end wall, got off the ice under his own power, but, again, went right down the tunnel. We didn't see him after. And really looking at this one tonight, the lone blemish for the Panthers this evening was that Nico Mikkola left the game after that hard fall into the end board. So, again, we'll wish for the best for Nico Mikkola, and we'll see if we get any clarity on that before tonight or before tonight's end when Paul Maurice speaks to the media in just a little bit, or maybe tomorrow or at some point prior to Game 4. The Panthers certainly don't want to lose Nico Mikkola the way he's been playing, and wish for the health of everybody. And, again, hopefully Nico can shake off the effects of that as quickly as possible. But the Panthers get a big outing from Nico Mikkola, 2 goals, +2, top star honors this evening. So your 3 stars, the number 3 star, Jesper Boqvist, Alexander Barkov, the number 2 star tonight, and Nico Mikkola takes home top star honors. Your 3 stars of the game, powered by Omega XL Sport. Omega XL Sport accelerates muscle recovery. Perform, excel, cover. And, well, the Panthers 6-2 winners over the Carolina Hurricanes.